step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, a very good morning to you, and yes, a happy Friday to you. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Tabiso?
It's a Friday.
It is a Friday.
And we have made it through the week.
We made it through the week and we made it through the month. It's the last day of August, and we're going to end off Women's Month on a high. Former Miss South Africa, Nell Roberts, she joins us in studio, and she's about to launch the Cape Town leg of her Woman for Woman charity platform, and I'm looking forward to connecting with her.
Ah, that's beautiful. A beautiful note to start the Friday. But we've also got a jam-packed one in terms of music performances. Bianca Blanc joins us in studio all morning. She's going to be giving us hit after hit all throughout the morning.
Hey, dude, that Friday shuffle, man. It's a Friday. Good morning, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, we also
what
here.
a week,
We also
man.
here. So good. Nice to see you, brother.
Oh,
Listen,
you too, man.
we've made it through the week. I won't lie. It took a lot to get here, but we're
I
here.
get
It's
a sense
amazing.
everyone's like, oh, we've made it. It's a Friday.
Listen, and there
We
she
have
is,
made it.
Princess Asvel,
Were you just sprinting in there?
inconspicuously just kind of making her way in there. Thank you, Princess. Can we have a coffee there to start the morning, my love? Thank you very much. Listen, from our side, what you can expect, we've got a nice little breakfast basket packed for you this morning, so make sure you stay right there. I'm looking forward to this because Tabiso discovers and experiences the Cape Gatsby for the very first time, and we cannot wait. Look at him there, taking a mouthful, taking it all in. It's culture right there, my brother. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely essential when it comes to moving down to Cape Town. Love that. Then, of course, we're going to round off the week in the perfect style with a bit of a laugh. Comedian Toll is in the house, brand new show. I think the perfect break to see out what has been a pretty tough week. So wherever you are, we connect with you right now. This is your opportunity to start the weekend right here.
On the right note, man, it's going to be a feel-good one at that. We'll make sure of that. So all you need to do is sit back, relax, get yourself a cup of coffee, and stay tuned to your Feel-Good Breakfast Show. Here's Leanne with your news headlines. Morning, Leanne.
Thank you so much, Ewan and team, and good morning to you at home. In the national news this morning, Deputy Speaker Lechesa Tlenoli says that extensive work has been done to craft new procedures for the removal of a sitting president from office. He said credit should go to the National Assembly Sub-Rules Review Committee for the work already done in this regard. The Constitutional Court yesterday ruled against the South African Social Security Agency, namely SASSA, and its former acting CEO, Paul Bengu, finding them liable for costs relating to an application for a 6-month extension for the payment of cash grants by Paymaster Services made in March this year. On the international front, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has sworn in several new provincial governors, including the first ever Coptic Christian woman to hold such a position. Manal Awad Mikhail was appointed governor of Damietta province yesterday. She was previously a deputy for the Giza governor. And then finally, Britain is committed to continuing free trade with Kenya after it leaves the European Union. Prime Minister Theresa May said in Nairobi yesterday. Earlier, she said she wishes Britain to become the biggest investor on the African continent. Britain is Kenya's largest trading partner. Well, that was your 6 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first look at what's happening in the world of sport.
Let's kick it off with the beautiful game ahead of the weekend. Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric was named UEFA's Player of the Year last night at the Champions League group stage draw in Monaco. Staying with football, the group stage fixtures of the Champions League, of course, have been decided as Real Madrid will face off with Roma, CSKA Moscow and Victoria Pilsen in Group G, while Group H has Juventus up against Man United and Valencia. And then bringing it back home, the second leg ties of the MTN8 semi-finals take place this weekend with SuperSport United, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns and Cape Town City all in action. And we'll be opening the lines in just a mo for you to have your say. 021-430-9881. And then finally on to athletics. Caster Semenya claimed her third straight Diamond League title. It was in the 800 meters as she won the event at the Zurich meeting last night. More on all of those stories on the top of the hour.
Thanks so much, Graham. Let's quickly get into your weather and your temperatures for the very first time this morning. And before we do so, we've asked you to send in some of your pictures, and we'd love for you to continue to do so throughout the course of your Friday, of your part of the world, maybe beautiful sunrise, cloud formation. But talking about a beautiful cloud formation, we got this picture sent in from Leandro Ventrella this morning that sent in that beautiful, beautiful cloud formation from Amanzim Toti this morning. Thank you very much, Leand. It looks beautiful. You can expect sunny and warm conditions for the rest of the weekend there in Amanzim Toti. Really, really appreciate that picture. Looks stunning. But continue to do so. Take a picture of where you are, what it looks like this morning, and post it to our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page, and use that hashtag Expresso Show. We'll give you a shout out right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. With regards to your temperatures for the rest of the country, Polokwane is starting off on 6 minimum this morning, reaching a high of 26 degrees. Mbombela 9 and a high of 29, and nice and warm today. Pretoria 10:26, Johannesburg 8:24, Mahikeng 12:27, Klerksdorp on 11 minimum, reaching a high of 28. Kimberley 12:29, Bloemfontein 9:26, Richards Bay 17 and a high of 28 degrees. Pietermaritzburg nice and hot today, 13 minimum, reaching a high of 31. Durban 18:26, Mthatha 12:32, also warm today. East London 15:30, Cradock 8 and a high of 30, Port Elizabeth 12:21, George 11 and a high of 20. Sutherland starting off cold this morning, 0 degrees minimum, staying cool with a maximum 18. Cape Town also on the cool side with a minimum of 12, reaching a high of 18 with possible rain and scattered showers today. Worcester 6:22, Springbok 6:23, and Uppington starting off on 12 minimum, reaching a high of 30. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures. Please remember to send those pictures and post them on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. We'll gladly give you a shout out in our next weather segment, heading your way in half an hour's time.
Thank you, Ewan. Well, it's the last day of August. It was Women's Month. It's also Flashback Friday. A lot of things today, but we want to connect with you on social media, asking you, it is Flashback Friday. What was the highlight for you for the month of August? Some wonderful responses coming through. We're going to start with Nathan Paul that says, morning, guys. August was a bit hectic, but I love that the temperatures rise and the awesome time with my family I got to spend. Vincent says, Flashback Friday. Wow, it was my birthday month and it was a great month to me. So have a great day. Thank you for that, Vincent, and a happy belated birthday to you. Jacques says, morning family. Yesterday I was working already 8 years for my current boss, and it is the best 8 years yet in my career, in my life. That is absolutely incredible. I think it's wonderful that you absolutely love what you do. Well, continue to connect with us. We love doing that, and use that hashtag Expresso Show.
Yeah, please connect with us about the entire weekend's activities, but most notably the sport. It's a bumper weekend of football coming up this weekend. Of course, the MTN8 semi-second leg take place. High stakes football. Carl Lewis is here to join Kat and I to chat about it. We'd love to hear from you. 021-430-9881. Give us a call. Who's going to make it into that final?
Do you see how I'm looking at Graham the whole time with admiration? Because I've missed this guy. Also coming up after the break. You've missed out on so much. This week has been jam-packed with all sorts of things happening on the Expresso Show. We're going to be testing your Espresso knowledge. If you've been watching, then you're in for a good time after the break.
Are you going to take it again?
I think I'm taking it third time.
Come on.
After the break.
Oh, Ricky, it's yours, man.
Welcome back. It's a Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday morning, and what that means is that we're taking you into the weekend with loads and loads of sports coming your way. I'm sure you are excited, my brother. Yeah. Carl Lewis, of course, our friend in sport, joins us to give us a preview and his thoughts on what's coming up over the weekend. Are you pumped, sir?
Always. Weekends is when I come alive and earn my money, so I'm happy.
I'm glad that you called it a job. You know, it's a tough one. Beautiful football we're seeing at the moment. Obviously, an incredible narrative in the English Premier League. Jose, what is going on in Man United? But we'll chat a bit about that in a moment. Let's kick it off here at home. Doesn't get much bigger than the MTN 8 semi-final, second leg. A couple of incredible draws. Yeah. Let's start with Chiefs SuperSport United. Drew 2-2 in that first outing. Showed a lot of heart. Salinas finally getting something out of his Chiefs players that he desperately needs, I think. But
not the win yet.
But not the win yet. That said like someone who's a bit loaded going into this. What do you make of this fixture? How do you see this playing out?
Well, firstly, their 2-2 draw was absolutely amazing. I think a great advert for South African football. Chiefs, they're playing such good football, but they just can't seem to get over the line. They're getting these leads and then conceding in the last 30 minutes of matches. So it's weird. They're playing so well. They look so good for about 60 minutes, and then suddenly they switch off. So it's obviously a mental thing, because I think technically, tactically, they're looking so good this season. And once they do click, I think there'll be a side to really watch out for.
What do you make of Shaba's exit and what that might do to the team morale?
I think he's obviously a big character. Shaba is a big character in SA football, so I can only imagine he'll be a big miss in the dressing room. However, I'm so happy for him. Although he's 33, he's been one of the best players in South Africa, in the PSL for years, a decade. So it's nice to see him get that move. He still has that technical quality, so he can do it in Europe. That's not the issue. Hopefully his engine is still going and he can compete at that level. But the quality, the technical quality is definitely still there.
Yeah, he's certainly deserved a couple of standout players for me. I think Karma Billiot's obviously already on the score sheet. It's going to really stand out. We'll look at Katsanda at the back for Chiefs. I think he's probably going to have the most important job. Maybe needs a bit more support from that baseline behind him, but if they get it right, I think they've got it in the bag. If we jump across to SuperSport, Ronwin Williams, we know that he was the champion of the, he's a big man for the big finals. If it goes to into penalties, who do you think will take this one?
Well, if it goes into penalties and Ronwin Williams is one of the goalkeepers, you always back Ronwin Williams' team. That's him. But SuperSport, really, when I saw them get battered in the first game of the season here at the Cape Town Stadium, 2-0, I thought it's going to be a long season for them. But wow, they've impressed me. They really are looking like a solid team. Bradley Grobler's playing well. Evans Rusika, the Zimbabwean. So SuperSport has really been the standout for me. I think they're third in the PSL. And to get that 2-2 draw last week against Chiefs, I think there's something happening there under their new coach.
Yeah, so second leg, Saturday, 8:15 at the Soweto Stadium. And then moving across to the second leg fixture between Sundowns and Cape Town City. I can see the beam of pride on your face right now. Sundowns, perhaps a wounded animal right now, being knocked out of the CAF Champions League. And one might wonder what that might do to their team morale coming into the second leg.
Yeah, I think wounded animal is the perfect description, because we know they've got the best players, but they're not scoring goals this entire season. They just can't score goals. So once that is broken, the dam walls are broken, I think it can be, whoever's on the receiving end is going to get a hiding. But I'm not sure if it's this week, because Cape Town City under Benny, although they play great football, they themselves aren't very potent in front of goal. But their defence is excellent, and that's been a hallmark of Benny McCarthy's side, is their defence. So I actually think that Cape Town City could sneak this one. A 0-0 draw at the Lucas Maripe Stadium, and I think, or at Loftus. And I think Cape Town City will go through to the final for the second year in a row.
And you've got Pizzo is shouting Benny's name already. He loves him. It's amazing. He's giving so much praise to him ahead of this, maybe because of that open style of football. So we're going to expand a little bit more on that when we open the lines for you guys. 021-430-9881 if you want to have your say. Who is going to make it into the MTN 8 final? And we'll also chat a little bit about, of course, the player of the year. UEFA has made their decision. The players, or at least the fans, have. Luka Modric is our player of the year.
So the question we're asking you this morning, good welcome. Good morning and welcome to the show if you've just joined us. Did you tune in to every Expresso show this week? Have you been listening and paying attention? Well, it's time for us to play our Expresso Rewind game in which we'll see how much we can all remember from this week's show. So before I ask the team the question, hello to our contestants. What is your sound?
Sorry.
Ewan, you need to rein that in, buddy. I am going to be taking away points.
And it's helping me with
all right. What is your sound?
Bing.
Bing. Okay, Zoe.
I feel like the high-pitched sounds don't work, so I'm going to go,
Okay, all right. You're going to go in the low register. And
I'll take the high-pitched sounds. So I'll go...
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right. I would just like to explain the rules to you so that you don't become a mess. You have to wait for me to read the question and end off when my question is done. That's when you can make your sound. Okay, everybody facing the front.
Okay.
Here we go. Which traditional South African dish did Jenny Morris prepare for Thabo Mbeki and Al Gore?
Bing.
You went straight.
Wow, was it? Okay, I have actually no idea. I'm going to take a guess.
3,
I'm
2,
a Gwenya,
1.
fed cook.
No, wait.
Zoe?
It was.
I actually have no clue.
Oh my gosh! I
3,
remember that.
2,
it was.
1. No.
It was
Okay.
Fish heads.
Hey?
Fish heads.
Fish heads, and the answer is fish cakes. Zoe, you have a half a point because it's fish, but there were no heads involved.
Okay.
I don't know if Al Gore is into fish eyes.
Traditional South African meal.
Next question, let's face the front, ladies and gentlemen. Stanley Geldenhuys is a 2-time South African champ in which gymnastic type sport?
Bing.
You did it.
Straight on.
Calisthenics.
Sorry?
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
But
Calisthenics.
all
Oh,
good.
in case
1 point to
calisthenics.
Straight half a point to Zoe, 0 to Tabo. To Tabiso. You can start playing at any time. All right, are you ready? Let's face the front, ladies and
Spicy
gentlemen.
adjudicator.
All right. What does HPV stand for? Okay, Tabiso.
Wow. 3.
Human papilloma virus. Oh my God!
Wonderful. Yes. 1 point to
I got it.
Straight 1 point to Tabiso, half a point to Zoe. Zoe, you can still come back, all right? If you win this, you win the game, all right? Last question. Which actress from the Bolden is in South Africa?
Bang. You cannot do that.
I'm not done with the question. Which actress from The Bold and the Beautiful is in South Africa and will visit Expresso next week? I feel like it was me. Zoe?
So her character's name is Brooke Logan. Her name is Kelly.
No, that's not her
Her
name.
name is what? Okay, Zoe said her name is Kelly. Tabiso.
Catherine Kelly Lang.
Tabiso!
Where's the prize? Where's the prize? No.
Zoe says her name is Kelly, you
We are
guys.
upgrading the prize today.
All right. Can we, before we do that, here's a question for you at home. Which fruit is used to make vegan chocolate brownies? You can share your answer with us on social media. If you're not sure, you can visit our YouTube channel to watch videos from the past week and listen out for the answer. And Tabiso wins our Golden Robot Award.
Yes.
R2D2.
Well done.
Oh, wow. What a start to the morning. Woo! Hope that woke you up a little bit. But right now, it's time for us to get to know our performer through our rapid-fire series of questions. And this morning, Bianca Blanc is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you here, Bianca.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so you know how it works. I gave you a bit of a brief. We're going to bring in some coffee for you. Thank you so much, Sis Princess. Much appreciated, of course. All right, so you answer with the first thing that comes into your mind. Are you ready?
Yes.
Start the clock. Here we go. If you could retire anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Probably Cape Town.
Who was the last person you followed on social media?
I don't know. Probably... No, I don't know.
Okay, that's fair enough. There's a lot of people you follow. Your nickname?
B.
B. Would you rather gym or jog?
I don't exercise, so like jogging probably.
One thing you can't live without?
My family.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Chocolate or caramel?
Chocolate.
What time did you go to bed last night?
11, like closer to 12. Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs, definitely.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
The last person you called?
My mom.
Your biggest fear?
Spiders.
New York or LA?
I've never been there, but probably New York.
Favorite meal of the day?
Meal?
Yes.
Lunch.
Your last time that you cried?
Like I cry all the time. Yesterday, probably.
Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Texting or talking?
talking.
The last song you downloaded?
You Deserve Better by James Arthur.
Oh my word, that was pretty cool. High five to you. You were very nervous about this because this is your very first live TV interview.
Yes, it is, and I'm still nervous, but I'm feeling a bit better already.
You're doing fantastic.
Thank you.
And you've been doing fantastically well in your
Thank
music
you.
as well. Your debut single called Butterflies spent 13 weeks on the 5FM Top 10 at 10 chart.
Yeah, I was so shocked. I remember getting a tweet notification the first time it was on the charts, and I was so shocked. I was like, what is happening here? And then basically people liked the song.
Yeah.
They started voting and went to #1, and I still can't believe it was on there for 12 weeks.
Have you ever sought to find out why it is that people liked it so much? What is it that they relate to in the song?
I don't know. I haven't really spoken to many people about that. But I think everyone's been through a breakup, and that is a song about a breakup, so it's something they can relate to.
Absolutely. All right, well, we cannot wait to hear more of your music and to talk about your success, you being announced as the Deezer next title holder in South Africa as well.
Yeah.
Great stuff for you.
Thank
and
you.
the music is coming your way live on your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Friday morning. Ensure that you do not miss out on it. Bianca Blanc is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen!
You know what, straight on, I still have a ring in my ear. I'm tapizo.
Oh, wow.
I think you forgot your coffee order.
Wow, my ears are going to be singing for the rest of the morning. Teresa, I will say congratulations, my brother. Your first Expresso Rewind game victory. Well done.
That's right. Well, we're taking a quick break. If you're looking for ways to incorporate cardio into your everyday life, we're going to sort you out.
Absolutely. And then also call us 021 4309 881. What is your MTN 8 semi-final predictions? We'd love to hear from you as well. That number again, 021 4309 881. We'd love to hear from you. Princess, coffee and a muffin, my love. Thank you very much as we head into the sad break. We'll see you just now.
Dumelang Afrika Borwa. Spring is approaching with every new dawn, and so is Heritage Month. This Monday, the 3rd of September, we are ringing in both with Sesotho language radio station Lesedi FM. TV meets radio as the Monate Breakfast Show crew broadcast from our Cape Town penthouse to welcome the changing of the seasons. Join Mzansi's Feel Good Breakfast Show in celebrating our unique and diverse cultural landscape. That's Expresso, weekdays 6 to 9 a.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours.
You give her butterflies with your lies, you take her breath away. You give her butterflies with those eyes. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Yes. You walk down the street with her, she has no idea the games you play, but still you never stay. Cool. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. Now, August, which is Women's Month in South Africa, is officially drawing to a close. It ends today, and it's been an incredibly special time honouring all women and commemorating that historic 20,000 march on the Union buildings on the 9th of August 1956. Now, 2018 is the centenary year of Mam Albertina Sisulu, and she is rightly being hailed as a woman of fortitude. So every day this month, we have been taking a look at the wise words of iconic South African sheroes to give us all that wholesome inspiration, right?
That's right, and I can't think of a better way to close off Women's Month. So today's Woman of Fortitude is former Miss South Africa 2018, who also is the current reigning Miss Universe 2018. It's Demi-Leigh Nell Peters, who says, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. You are worthy, you matter, and you are capable of more than you could ever dream of. All you have to do is try."
Oh, man.
I love that.
That is, what a beautiful, beautiful quote to really just knock us out of the Women's Month celebrations. Well, watinta bafazi, watinta imbogodo. You strike a woman, you strike a rock. And we have thoroughly enjoyed and valued saluting the role changes and valuable contributions South African women have made and continue to make in our beautiful nation. Let's continue to praise this country's women of fortitude beyond Women's Month, right?
I agree.
That's right.
So we are getting prepped for a very big weekend of football. Of course, English Premier League. The Gunners back in winning ways.
Come
I won't
on,
say
boys.
I'm a good luck omen,
Come
but
on, boy.
just maybe. But of course, locally, there is plenty of high-stakes football on the cards. We've got our return leg semi-finals of the MTN 8. And it's shaping up, man, some all-stars.
Yeah, we've got a caller on the line right now to contribute to the conversation. I believe all the way from Eden Bay, this is Tembi.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, man. Great to have you here during our sports chat. So what do you make of the MTN 8 second leg of the semi-finals that we're going into over the weekend?
The SMA8, the score for tomorrow between Chiefs and Sundown and SuperSport is going to be 2-0. The reason why Chiefs is leaking too much to the back to this past couple games. Also, the goalkeeper for Chiefs, Itumeleni Kune, he's tired, my friend. They should give him a rest, and then they can give another goalkeeper chance. He's tired.
So a solid 2-0 is what you predict there, yeah.
The score is going to be 2-0. SuperSport is going to come back very, very strong to tomorrow.
Do you think SuperSport can take the title? Do you think they're going to defend their title?
SuperSport is going to close, my friend, to the back. He's going to close for the Chiefs. He's not going to get a chance to score against them.
I know there are a lot of Amakosi fans out there that are strongly disagree. Do you think this is where it rests? We've spoken about their defence. Is that the key here?
I don't think the prediction it could be that wrong. I would believe SuperSport winning 2-0. However, a bit unfair on Kune. His defence hasn't helped. I agree that the Chiefs' defence is very leaky. They've in every match there is an individual mistake. So it's not really a team thing. It's one individual mistake that cost the team, and then suddenly the snowballs into them either losing or drawing a game. So I do agree. I do agree with Tembi that the Chiefs' defense is very leaky.
Yeah, we've just gotten a score prediction now from Tembi, 2-0 to SuperSport United, as he said. Do you agree with that score prediction? What's yours? And also for the second game, Sundowns.
Yeah, I'm so bad at predictions, but my prediction, I'm actually going to say Chiefs 2-1. They're going to get their first win of the season.
And they've got the proudest history. I think they've won it 15 times. Yeah. So they've got the pedigree
and
to
the
be able to do
Sundowns
that.
game, don't dodge that.
Yeah. I know a lot of mates are listening right now. Yeah.
I think it's Benny's going to set up his team very compact. I don't think there's going to be any goals in that game. Although Sundowns are... Yeah, this would be the second game in a row that Sundowns are trying to get a goal. The CAF Champions League, they also struggled to get the goal. They just needed one to go through to the next round. Now I'm predicting that they won't again. I'm doubting myself.
I'm going to give it 3-2, man.
No.
There's going to be a plethora of goals. We love cage affairs. We love plenty of goals. It's knockout, so we expect it will be quite tight. But wherever your allegiances lie this weekend, good luck. Enjoy it. Go and support your teams if you can.
In the national news this morning, Deputy Speaker Lechesa Tsenoli says extensive work has been done to craft new procedures for the removal of a sitting president from office. He said credit should go to the National Assembly Sub-Rules Review Committee for the work already done in this regard. The Constitutional Court yesterday ruled against the South African Social Security Agency, namely SASSA, and its former acting CEO, Paul Bengu, finding them liable for costs relating to an application for a 6-month extension for the payment of cash grants by Cash Paymaster Services made in March this year. On the international front, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has sworn in several new provincial governors, including the first ever Coptic Christian woman to hold such a position. Manal Awad Mikhail was appointed governor of Damietta province yesterday. She was previously a deputy of Giza governor. And then finally, Britain is committed to continuing free trade with Kenya after it leaves the European Union. Prime Minister Theresa May said in Nairobi yesterday, earlier, that she wishes Britain to become the biggest investor on the African continent. Britain is Kenya's largest trading partner. Well, that was your 6:30 news update. Here's another look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Football dominating ahead of the weekend, and of course this week as Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric was named UEFA's Player of the Year last night. That at a glittering Champions League group stage draw in Monaco. Speaking of which, the group stage fixtures of the Champions League have now been decided as Real Madrid will face off with Roma, CSKA Moscow and Victoria Pilsen in Group G. While Group H has Juve up against Man United and Valencia. Staying with football, the second leg ties of the MTN 8 semi-finals take place this weekend as well. SuperSport United up against Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns travelling to Cape Town City. Then in athletics, Caster Semenya claimed her third straight Diamond League title and was in the 800 metres as she won the event at the Zurich meeting last night. We'll expand on all of those stories on the top of the hour.
Just after 6:30, let's quickly take a first look as to what's happening out on the road. Just one incident you need to be aware of. Currently, not much happening, but in the Western Cape, Guguletu, there's a stationary vehicle on the N2 inbound, and that's before the Borchards Quarry Road, obstructing the right lane. Please approach there with caution. It will cause some delays as traffic gets heavier. That's what I have for you. I will keep you updated with regards to your roads throughout the course of the morning, but if you're still heading out on the roads this morning, please drive with care.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand, Defy.
All right, as we get into your weather right now, we've asked you to send in some of your beautiful pictures of your parts of the world, and we received a stunning picture from Shannon Lee Visser that sent in a gorgeous picture all the way from the Pilansberg. Look at that, magical, absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Shannon Lee. Beautiful conditions are expected for that side of the world this morning with plenty of sunshine and a maximum of a hot 29 degrees. Thank you very much for that picture, Shannon. Please continue sending your pictures. Post them on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page, and we'll give you a shout out in our weather segment a little bit later on as well. We'd love to see what it looks like in your part of the world. Right now, though, getting into your temperatures, going into your Friday. Polokwane starting off on 6 minimum, reaching a high of 26 degrees. Mbombela 9 and 29. Pretoria on 10 minimum, your maximum 26. Johannesburg 8 to 24. Maikeng 12.27. Klerksdorp 11.28. Kimberley 12.29. Bloemfontein 9 and a high of 26 degrees. Richards Bay 17.28. Pietermaritzburg 13.31. Durban 18.26. Mthatha on 12 minimum and a hot one later on today, 32 degrees. East London 15.30. Cradock 8 and a high of 30 as well. Port Elizabeth 12.21. George 11.20. Sutherland around 0 this morning, staying cool with a maximum 18. Cape Town 12.18 with some scattered showers expected. Worcester 6.22. Springbok 6.23. And Uppington also reaching a hot one later on today, 12 minimum this morning with a maximum of 30. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 6:30 bulletin. I'll bring you another update in half an hour's time just after 7 o'clock.
Oh, baie dankie, Strydom. Well, if you're struggling to get out of bed this morning to go to your morning gym session, or you maybe feel like you're in a little bit of an exercise rut, don't worry. Emma Jooste joins us in studio with Ewan, and they're here to help you up your cardio game.
Right, now finding a cardio routine that works for you and your body type can be a bit confusing, but one thing that can be less confusing is knowing what to eat before you get moving. Now you can try something like a small bowl of jungle oats for breakfast, 30 to 60 minutes before hitting the gym. It's made from 100% pure whole grain oats, assists with heart wellness, and is also low in GI and high in fiber, which will leave you fuller for longer and also give you the energy you need for a great workout. But here to give us some advice on cardio and how to help you get back on track is the lovely Emma Jooste. Emma, lovely to have you. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So
Thanks
good to
for
see
having me.
you. Are you well?
You too. Very well. Thank you. And you?
Good. Yeah, not too bad. And I'm glad we're talking about this. I mean, people always kind of circumnavigate cardio on the workouts with regards to it.
And all day, every day.
As a trainer, I'm sure you get this quite a lot as well. But there's really a lot of benefits with regards to doing cardio.
Absolutely, yeah. Multiple benefits, not only health benefits, but also visually, the way that you look, the way that you feel, the endorphin release. It's incredibly advantageous, yeah.
So if you take a look at cardio as a workout, should you firstly kind of structure a workout purely based around cardio? And also, I mean, how intensely should you go about it? What is the kind of sensation that you need to feel when you're doing cardio to make sure that it's actually doing you any good?
I hear you. Well, with my clients, I always encourage a variety of exercise, but of course, the cardio needs to be there. So whether it's 2 or 3 times a week and it's included into our training sessions, or whether they're doing it outdoors if the weather's really cool, it's up to them as long as they're getting it in. And then it can be anything from a leisurely stroll on the beach to actually a more high intensity, really grueling, where you actually get sweaty type of cardio. And both of those have their benefits, and I encourage all.
Exactly. And I mean, from a personal trainer point of view, I mean, you can get technical with your max heart rates and what should it be, and where at what level should you be working at. But I mean, you can also, what's great, I think people tend to think about cardio is, okay, well, I have to go do cardio, so I'm going to be stuck in a treadmill for an hour.
Oh my gosh, doesn't have to be the case.
You can lift weights and do cardio.
Absolutely. There's so many other ways. People jumping around and doing functional training and plyometric training around the gym, and even get out of the gym. Going for a hike and a run on the beach is also an amazing form of doing cardio and doing something different.
Absolutely. Now, not everyone can afford a personal trainer like yourself.
I know.
So how would you motivate people out there to really get back on track with regards to their training? I mean, hashtag summer bodies are made in winter, and we are almost through winter,
Yes, this is very true. And I get this a lot because obviously people want that guidance and they want to be held accountable for getting their cardio in, but aren't always sure of the correct ways of doing it. But nowadays, it's so great. You can literally pop online, grab an app, go out with a girlfriend, join a class. I mean, there are group walks and hikes. So there are so many things just readily available for people to jump into and get their cardio and exercise in,
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much information available out there as well. With regards to doing cardio, right, sweating, let's talk about sweat. Let's get sweaty. How important is it to work up a good sweat? And does that play a role with regards to the perceived exertion that you're going through?
I mean,
do you need to sweat?
This is a technical question because obviously if you're someone who is just recently been injured and you're coming back from an injury, or maybe you're an elderly person, then I'm not going to say to you, go for a high intensity cardio workout and you should be sweating up a storm. But of course, if you are someone who's wanting to work on your fitness and your body and, really get all the benefits of cardio, then absolutely work up a sweat, go bananas. There's only going to be 1,000,001 advantages to that.
So cardio, we know it's very important. You've got to add it to your routines. You've got to make sure that you're cardiovascular fit as well.
Yes.
But that brings me to eating correctly as well, which plays a huge part in being healthy as well. Pre and post workout meals. Firstly, how much emphasis would you place on that? And what are some of the things that we need to look at to eat? I mean, I've mentioned jungle oats is a good breakfast option, which is my go-to snack as well.
It's mine as well. I also do oats for breakfast and I love that. That is also great as a pre-workout meal, just to give you that energy boost that you need. And then afterwards, I would go with something that's a little bit higher in protein to help with the muscle recovery and to help you feel a little bit fuller for longer, which is also great. And then you've got your carbs for before and your more higher protein for after, which
That's
is
the
lovely.
thing, Emma, thank you very much. You've inspired the nation this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Brilliant stuff. But if you're not inspired to get up and go out and move, remember that regular cardio exercise is absolutely essential for your heart's health. And you are in the driver's seat on the road to your own physical well-being and happiness.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.
Well, stick around on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Still lots more to come after a short break. We'll take a look at Roger Good's favorite events and picks of the weekend. We'll get on the line with them at 5FM.
Exactly. And then as we wrap up Women's Month, we're chatting to the gorgeous Cindy Nell as she launches Women for Women. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. Look at her, gorgeous in red. All that and more happening on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Princess doing the things with the chocolate cake.
Thank you.
Wow. Sure.
Enjoy a moment in between with McAfee. See you after the break.
Every day that brave young kids and their families battle cancer, the CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation supports them. And here at Expresso, we'd love you to help us fund their newest CHOC home in Pretoria. Donate with your phone, download the Zapper app free from your app store, scan the QR code, or follow the instructions on the Expresso website.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Well, it's the weekend and we got what you need. So tell me what you need and what you've been craving for right now. Live with us in studio or at the studio in Johannesburg. Roger Good shows. Roger Good, Sureshni Ryder, Miss Cosmo, and Robbie Cruz from 5FM. What's happening? It's a lot. Guys, always great to have you on the line, feeling your energy all the way from the Georgie streets. What's happening this weekend, guys?
What's happening, baby? Good morning, South Africa. Good morning, the most loved and versatile comedy trio, our boys Jason Donovan and Nicholas Goliath. Jason Donovan and Nicholas Goliath. Of the Goliath and Goliath. They will be touring South Africa and performing as a collective for the very first time. Catch them this weekend at the Izulu Theatre in Durban and get ready to laugh your socks off. That's Sunday, 2nd of September from 3 o'clock. $165 will get you in, my babies.
Excellent, excellent.
All right, onwards and upwards to Joburg we go. 5FM are big supporters of the Festival of Motoring that is happening at the Kailani Grand Prix circuit in Midrand. The Festival of Motoring is back. Get your tickets now to the largest interactive motoring show in Africa. Pin access, 4x4 track, supercars. There's all new like self-driving track, wine and picnic area, and pretty much all-round good, clean fun for the whole family. That's Sunday as well on the 2nd of September from 8 in the morning. $175 will get you in, my baby. And finally, out in Durban City, some bloke named Roger Good, right? Is going
That's sexy oak there.
Yeah. He's going to be playing at a really cool club called Dante's Nightclub. You can join me, Roger Good Dante's, on Saturday. It's going to be sick. 1st of September, 2100 hours. We will open the door and get you nasty, my babies. Yeah!
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Listen, and if you're going to be down in Cape Town and you're an outdoors enthusiast, then the Table Mountain Challenge is for you. It's a full-on circumnavigation of the natural wonder of the world, and you can endure the full 44 kilometers on your own, or you can be part of a duo with a wacky name that represents your spirit. And it's sure going to be a grueling but certainly worthwhile event for all outdoor enthusiasts. That's on Sunday, the 2nd of September. Starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, ends at 5 o'clock, and tickets range between $435 and $1,000. That's what the weekend has packaged for you. But of course, we can't leave you guys without going, give us a big hoorah for the weekend!
Oh my goodness, so much energy on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Well, that tune means one thing and one thing only. Time for us to jump into Home Wood news. And of course, we have a very, very special guest with us this morning, Cindy Nell Roberts. She joins us. And before we get to talk about Woman for Woman, we're first going to find out what's happening with the other ladies in the industry.
Exactly. Well, Cindy, so good to have you on the show. You're looking absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, ladies.
Wow, so stunning. So I don't know if you've ever decided that maybe you wanted to delve into the music scene, the rap scene. Yes, no?
Maybe not right
Maybe
now.
not right now, but there is one South African TV presenter and personality that's decided to do so. It's official. TV personality Boity Tulo is here to kill the rap game with her Bad B musical alter ego. And she debuted her single, which has just been serving flame after flame. Now, Boity's been teasing a career in music ever since she met up with Nasty C on a TV show that she hosted over a year ago. And Boity finally introduced her first single to fans yesterday morning, playing it on Metro FM's breakfast show. It's called Was That? And it's a trap rap paradise with some serious Cardi B vibes, where Boity lays on some serious bars as she goes in hard. Now, the lines are pretty cool, pretty catchy, but what I have to say is I think it's going to be wonderful. The song also features Nasty C, and who contributed his verse from his performance with music streaming service Tidal, and fans will be able to get their hands on the single from today, but it's already made a very big impact on the streets. But I mean, look at that artwork on that cover of that single. It's pretty cool. I love it. I love it. It would be cool if she's got like this musical alter ego. Hey?
I think everyone has a little bit of an alter ego that comes out every once in a while.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, there you have it. That was our local entertainment news for you this morning. Of course, we'll be sitting down a little bit later and find out what's happening in international news.
Exactly. Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show, we are going to be chatting to the beautiful Cindy Nell. And of course, throughout August, we've been shining a light on the achievements that women have been making, and it's so important to acknowledge those who have empowered other women to reach their potential. Now, since her Miss South Africa reign in 2002, Cindy Nell Roberts has made it her mission to empower all women, and she continues to do so with her charity platform, Women for Women. And she joins us this morning ahead of Cape Town's launch of the organization.
Oh, it's very exciting, Cindy. I mean, I've followed your journey since your Miss South Africa reign, and it's been incredible. Why did you decide to focus on female empowerment?
Well, we believe that if you empower one woman, you empower her family. And if you empower her family, the ripple effect is on her immediate community and then her city and ultimately the country. And obviously, being very pro-female, we believe that females are the cornerstone of a thriving, sustainable economy, really. So our main focus is really mobilizing women through funding for bursaries, skills development, and self-improvement workshops.
Yeah.
It's really something that I'm very passionate about. And I've always thought that it's important to use your fame and use your success to give back and to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to be in a position now to be able to do that.
I love that. You know, one only really gets one opportunity in this life to make an impact. And I'm so happy and so proud of you that you're using your platform to do that with Women for Women. But who is Women for Women specifically going to reach, and how does any other woman become a part of such a movement?
Well, the Women for Women Foundation is a non-profit organization specifically focused on empowering previously disadvantaged young women. Okay. Our main focus is education, so funding of bursaries, so getting the corporate and private sector to raise funds, to fund bursaries for young, talented women who cannot afford their tertiary or high school education. We have a whole bursary application process, and if you go onto our website, womenforwomen.co.za, you can get involved there. But then as a secondary mission, we also are doing roadshows to schools for skills development and self-improvement workshops, you know, teaching young women in high schools the things that the academic system don't teach them. Sexual health, grooming, confidence, you know, their rights, equality. And it's really about empowering previously disadvantaged women to become economic contributors in our country. And it's really creating a brighter future for our girls. And then on our kind of ethos and our social media message is a little bit more fun, and it's about unity, it's about being all inclusive, and about living consciously. So creating jobs by buying local and making small decisions that really can make a big difference in the country, and just supporting one another. No gossiping, no you know, egos around, and just supporting one another, because why not?
Why not? I love that. And how's the reception been with Women for Women?
Incredible. It really has been. It's blown me away. It's amazing to see how many people are really willing to help, how many people are willing to get involved, how many people are prepared to sponsor bursaries, how many people are prepared to volunteer their time. So obviously we need a lot of volunteers, you know, for our road shows, and we've had a lot of really well-known people coming on board to help us. And it's just been wonderful. And we've given our first bursaries out to young girls. It's wonderful to start seeing them thriving.
Yeah, I love that. Now, I know that you've got a fierce tribe of women that's helping you spread the message. I see on the list there's Rolene Strauss, Jackie Berger, Denise Zimba, Reba Baker, Liesel van der Westhuizen, and Minkie van der Westhuizen. Why is it so important for you to have a tribe of powerful women supporting this organization?
Well, you know, there's so many. I'm very lucky, obviously, to know a lot of you fabulous women in the industry. And there's so many women that really are passionate about lending their voice to make a difference in somebody's life who really needs it. Because that is powerful, being able to use your voice to raise funds and make a difference. And it is important because, you know, it creates publicity 100%. And it creates awareness. And that's what we need. Because the girls who are maybe from previously disadvantaged backgrounds, they are not able to create that publicity for themselves. So we need to be their tribe. 100%. And it's not for me, it's for the cause. It's for the greater good of all the women who need us.
It starts a wonderful conversation as well. So for anyone that wants to be involved, for people that want to contribute towards bursaries or become a volunteer, you said they can just head on over to the website?
Absolutely, and we also have a mentorship program, so they can head on over and become a mentor or a mentee. I feel like that's an art, a lost art in modern society, where we need it. We don't necessarily have the healthiest role models anymore like we used to. So the mentorship program, volunteering at our events, becoming part of the fundraisers, and also, you know, nominating women who are in need. We help them in so many different ways.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for being here, for spreading the message that is Women for Women. And I know that it's just going to grow from strength to strength and unite not only the women, but the men of our country, because we also need them to be a part of the conversation as well. We need to do it together.
Absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. We may be closing out Women's Month, but let's continue the spirit of women, being all for women in all of our actions and intentions as well.
Inspiring stuff on your Friday morning this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a great one. We're going to make sure that it continues to be that feel-good Friday indeed. After the break, don't miss another epic performance by this dynamic young lady, Bianca Blanc. She's here and she made some awesome music earlier on. Make sure you do not miss the next one.
We also have a terrific recipe for you. It's Mexican sweet corn bowl. It's amazing. Stay around for that.
Mexican.
Instant hot chocolate? Of course, it's possible with Clover Super M when you hashtag try it hot this winter. Keeping the cast of Expresso smiling right through the chilly winter months, warmed up Super M is the simplest hot chocolate option when all you need to do is pour, heat and enjoy. So, hashtag try it hot with Clover Super M and catch the Expresso presenters putting their own twist on this cup of deliciousness made with love by Clover.
You walk down the street with her, she has no idea the games you play, but still you never stay. I see you there talking fun. She never knew you were mine. The games you play, but still you never stay. You give her butterflies, but your lies, you take her breath away. You give her butterflies, but those eyes, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. You broke up saying it was okay. Thank you. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us as we take you into the weekend with our guest artist, Bianca Blanc, who's been announced as the Deezer next title holder, and here she is performing her chart-topping single, Butterflies.
You walk down the street with her, she has no idea the games you play, but still you never stay.
national news this morning, Deputy Speaker Lechesa Tsenoli says extensive work has been done to craft new procedures for the removal of a sitting president from office. He said credit should go to the National Assembly Sub-Rules Review Committee for the work already done in this regard in terms of the Section 89 of the Constitution. The Rules Committee unanimously adopted the new procedures earlier this week. They include following the Speaker to refer a motion with supporting evidence submitted by an MP to a panel of 3 independent legal experts. The Constitutional Court yesterday ruled against the SA Social Security Agency, SASSA, and its former acting CEO, Pearl Bengu, finding them liable for costs relating to an application for a 6-month extension for the payment of cash grants by Cash Paymaster Services made in March this year. The court also found that former Social Development Minister Batabile Dlamini failed in her supervisory role to SASSA. She will, however, not be held personally liable for the legal costs. The court still has to make a ruling in a second costs matter which concerns Dlamini. Now moving further abroad, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has sworn in several new provincial governors, including the first ever Coptic Christian woman to hold such a position. Manal Awad Mekal was appointed governor of Damietta province yesterday. She was previously a deputy for the Giza governor. Christians, who constitute about 10% of Egypt's Muslim majority population of 100 million, have long complained of discrimination and the underrepresentation in top government positions. Christians strongly supported General turned President al-Sisi, who led the ousting of his predecessor, or rather his Islamic predecessor. And then finally, Britain is committed to continuing free trade with Kenya after it leaves the European Union. Prime Minister Theresa May said this in Nairobi yesterday. Earlier, she said she wishes Britain to become the biggest investor on the African continent. Britain is Kenya's largest trading partner. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta said 2 agreements have been signed, one to enhance military cooperation with Britain, the other for Britain to return assets and proceeds of corruption to Kenya. Margaret Thatcher was the last British Prime Minister to visit Kenya in 1988. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Here's another look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Football dominating the headlines this week. Let's kick it off with our UEFA news. Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric was named UEFA's Player of the Year last night at the Champions League group stage draw in Monaco. Modric beat out some pretty stiff opposition, the likes of Juventus's Cristiano Ronaldo and of course Liverpool's Mohamed Salah, to win the award for the first time in his career. Modric was also named midfielder of the season. Ronaldo won striker of the season, while Sergio Ramos took home defender of the season. Staying with the beautiful game, the group stage fixtures of the 2018-2019 UEFA Champions League have been decided after last night's draw, obviously. Defending champions Real Madrid will face off against Roma, CSKA Moscow and Viktoria Pilsen in Group G. Group H has Italian champions Juventus up against Man United and Valencia, while Spanish giants Barcelona will have to beat out Tottenham, PSV and Inter Milan in Group B, a tough one. So the first round of fixtures kicks off quite soon, actually on the 18th of September. And staying with football, but bringing it back home, the second leg ties of the MTN 8 semi-finals take place this weekend, with SuperSport United, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns and Cape Town City all in action. On Sunday, Sundowns will have to overturn a 1-0 deficit when they welcome Cape Town City to the Lucas Moripa Stadium. City have won the first leg thanks to that 75th minute strike from Tariq Philis. While tomorrow, Kaizer Chiefs host SuperSport United with the aggregate score at 2-2. And then finally, onto athletics. Caster Semenya claimed her 3rd straight Diamond League title in the 800 meters as she won the event at the Zurich meeting last night. Leading the race from start to finish, Semenya crossed the line 8 meters clear of her nearest competitor, clocking in a time of 1 minute and 55.27 seconds. And also in action last night, Luva Manyonga continues his great year, retaining the men's long jump title, finishing first with a jump of 8.36 meters. That's where we leave our sport for now.
Thank you, Graham. Let's get into your traffic once again. Not much happening out on the roads as of yet. One incident you need to be aware of in the Western Cape, and that's at Rondebosch at Rose Drive on the M3 southbound after Woolsack Drive. There has been an accident. The vehicles have been moved to the left shoulder, so all lanes are open though. Please proceed with caution if you're heading in that direction. In general, if you're still heading out on the roads, please drive with care, increase your following distances and always switch on your headlights.
Don't fear the flu. Boost your immune system with Effaflu C Immune Booster by Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Right, just after 7 o'clock, let's quickly get into your weather once again. Before we do that, we've asked you to send in some of your pictures, and you've done so, and we're loving it. Ndomiso Smith sent us this awesome picture of some cloud cover in Gauteng. Look at that, absolutely stunning. Thank you very much. And she wrote, Morning Expresso team, I love your show, guys. Keep it up. Now, you can expect sunny and mild conditions for Gauteng today, going forward and also into the weekend. Thank you very much, Ndomiso, for your picture. Continue sending your pictures. South Africa would love to see what it looks like in your part of the world. Post that picture on our Facebook page at the Expresso Morning Show SABC3 with that hashtag Expresso Show, and we'll give you a shout out in our next weather segment. With regards to your temperatures going into your Friday, Polokwane this morning 6 minimum, reaching a high of 26 degrees, Mbombela 9 and 29, Pretoria 10.26, Johannesburg 8.24, Mahikeng 12.27, Klerksdorp 11 minimum with a maximum 28, Kimberley 12.29, Bloemfontein 9 minimum, reaching a high of 26 degrees, Richards Bay 17 and a high of 28, nice and warm in Pietermaritzburg 13 minimum, reaching a high of 31, Durban 18.26, Mthatha and also nice and hot 12.32, East London 15 and a high of 30, Cradock 8.30, Port Elizabeth 12.21, George 11.20, Sutherland starting off cold with around 0 this morning, staying cool with a maximum 18, Cape Town 12.18 with some expected rain as well, Worcester 6.22, Springbok 6.23, and Uppington can expect a minimum of 12 this morning, reaching a hot maximum of 30 later on today. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of your morning. I'm back just after 7:30 with another weather update.
Well, things are definitely heating up in terms of what you can expect on your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. It's the Friday serving of it. We're going to be celebrating Arbor Week with Woolies, which is all about promoting the planting and maintenance of indigenous trees throughout South Africa.
That's right. And we're also going to spend some time in the kitchen whipping up a sweet corn Mexican bowl. That and a whole lot more still coming your way after the break.
Dumelang Afrika Borwa. Spring is approaching with every new dawn, and so is Heritage Month. This Monday, the 3rd of September, we are ringing in both with Sesotho language radio station Lesedi FM. TV meets radio as the Monate Breakfast Show crew broadcast from our Cape Town penthouse to welcome the changing of the seasons. Join Mzansi's feel-good breakfast show in celebrating our unique and diverse cultural landscape. That's Expresso, weekdays 6 to 9 a.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Back, it's a Friday morning, and this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, in case you didn't know it yet, it's National Arbor Week.
Yes.
And of course, this gives us all an opportunity to call on all South Africans to plant and maintain indigenous trees and shrubs as we move towards protecting our natural resources and our environment.
Exactly. Now, not only does it add life, beauty, and delicious fruit and vegetables to our homes, reviving an interest in indigenous horticulture, it also supports sustainable farming. And that's how Woolworths wants to make a difference for local entrepreneurs and the environment.
Our indigenous plants and trees have adapted perfectly to grow and flourish in our climate. They need far less water to survive, which means we use a lot less water in their irrigation. Inspired by our South African flora, Woolworths have taken their good business journey one step further and are helping innovative businesses in their supply chain working in this area to truly blossom.
Indigenous plants are the foundation of our natural ecosystems and help protect biodiversity even in small home gardens.
Hi Renee, great to connect with you as you connect with nature. Why has Woolies taken so much resource and invested in Indigenous?
Well, Graham, for us, starting with any newness, any range extension, it's always to understand the intrinsics of the product. So with Indigenous, we've done a lot of customer research, we've done a lot of trend analysis, and if it's exclusive to South Africa, it's becoming more and more appealing. If we look at a product like buchu and you take it inside your house, it's a beautiful flowering plant, but also the culinary application is so vast. This is our pollinator range. There's about 12 of our products. It helps to attract the good bugs and the good insects back to our gardens. So any grower that really helps us to promote indigenous plants share our vision in sustaining our environment.
As part of the good business journey, Woolworths is passionate about supporting proudly South African businesses who produce local products. Defena Nursery in Paarl is one of these valuable partners.
Why have you chosen to partner with Defena as one of your supply partners?
One of my colleagues, Dr. Kobus Kitsia, worked with Jackie and recognized her talent and her energy and her passion. So it was easy to start with someone that's willing to start on a small scale and slowly, progressively growing it to the business that it's today.
What does the program Farming for the Future mean for the farms that you partner with?
There's a number of ways our Farming for the Future helps our suppliers to benefit and farm sustainably, and Defena is a great example. On this property, healthy soil for us means it retains a lot more moisture, so less irrigation, less pesticides, less synthetic fertilizers that you need to add. And then also the responsible use of water. So at Defena, they cover their dams to help to prevent rapid evaporation, and then drip irrigation, and also recycling their own water. It also helps farms to really farm sustainably and understand nature and the environment.
It's amazing to me that Defena started as a backyard nursery back in 2001 by business partners Jackie and Elton. Well, soon business started booming, and today they are one of the enterprise and supplier development beneficiaries of Woolworths, and clearly they are flourishing. Lovely to meet you, Jackie. Congratulations on your success. When I look at the expansive plants around me, it's amazing to me that this started as a backyard operation. Now 600,000 plants a year. I have to ask, why indigenous plants?
We've got the experience of working with indigenous plants, which is your proteas, your pincushions, your buchus and your ericas. It also occurs naturally in the Western Cape. And now with the drought that we have, the indigenous and the fynbos plants does so well in our environment. So you don't need a lot of water, and we do have the experience to grow it, and currently there is a demand for this product.
I know the Farming for the Future program has had a massive effect on you. How has it developed the way that you operate?
It made us aware of the environment, so we are recycling our water. We are aware of how much chemicals we use to grow these plants. So the Farming for the Future helped Defena actually being aware of what we do and what we do to the environment.
Working alongside Woolworths as one of their suppliers, that has got to have changed your business mindset, the way that you operate. What effect has it done? How has it changed the way that you do business?
Working with Woolworths, that made us as Definer very aware of the quality that we needed to have to supply to them. Because when we started, we were very small. I mean, 1,000 plants that we started with. And they took the time to wait for us to be ready to supply plants to them. So on a yearly basis, we grew with them with the production, and with that came then a higher income, and so they then helped us to be sustainable.
By acknowledging the value and beauty of indigenous plants and supporting local business, Woolworths is taking care of the environment, communities and their customers.
Absolutely stunning. Right now, though, jumping into your Expresso kitchen, and with spring in the air, there's of course an abundance of plant-based foods available, but we don't always have the time to prepare meals from scratch. I mean, we're busy. Now, the new range of Woolies ready-to-made vegetarian meals and also sides might just inspire you to create a healthy veggie dish at home without having to spend hours slaving away in the kitchen, which is what we want. And today, Helene is back to show us how to use Woolies sweet corn, apple and fresh coriander fritters, and it sounds delicious, in a salad that will leave you feeling full and satisfied. We also have the beautiful Cindy Nell with us in studio. Lekker dames, welcome to the Expresso kitchen. Lovely to have you guys. This looks fresh, it looks healthy. And Cindy, on top of that, what does your diet look like? Because, I mean, you always look good.
Well, healthy.
Well, clearly. But I mean, are you plant-based?
Yes, and very much plant-based.
Is it?
You know, so I'm focusing on eating less meat. It's still very important to me, proteins.
Yeah.
But rich in plants, and especially when you have young children, you realize how important it is to incorporate, you know, fresh plant foods. And these fritters are a great way to hide it.
And that's really all. Exactly that. Because, Helene, there's been a big drive around, you know, kind of introducing a more plant-based way of eating in general with, I think, a lot of people. We're not saying everyone must go vegetarian, but more plants. We need that. We need that nutrients in our body. And this is exactly what we're going to get from this Mexican sweet corn bowl. So I'm going to stand here. I'm going to watch you guys. Okay. You put it together, Helene. Take it away.
All right, Cindy, will you mix the dressing for us, or the dipping sauce for the fritters? This is just a bit of sour cream, cumin and coriander. Beautiful flavors because there is coriander, and coriander and apple is obviously a very nice combination. And then the rest of the ingredients, I mean, if you look at them, they're beautiful and colorful, and each of them contributes something. So I've got red kidney beans, which is very typical in a Mexican flavor dish.
And from a health point of view, a lot of fiber, a lot of protein in there
fiber,
as well.
yes, and very good for our metabolism. And obviously, if you have to look at your blood sugar levels, and that's a wonderful ingredient to incorporate. Then some sweet corn, just to also repeat the corn in the fritters. A little bit of feta, not too much, because we don't want to have too much salt in the meal in total. And then some tomatoes and cucumber, all just freshly chopped. And this salad is, or the whole meal, is perfect for a lunchbox as well. So you can make it, it makes quite a big amount, and you can have some with the fritters in a lunchbox if you didn't finish all of that for your lunch or your supper.
And this is what I love about the whole kind of Mexican style of eating. It's also fresh ingredients,
very fresh.
Beautiful, it's colorful, and I always look for color when it comes to your meals and your plates. If there's no color, then you know that something's off.
Yes, and that's a very nice way to also ensure that you incorporate all the elements from the sort of rainbow of vitamins and minerals and things that we need, because every color contributes something else.
That's it.
But also when you say salad for lunch or salad for a meal, people typically think lettuce, tomato, cucumber.
And you're not going to be full.
It doesn't have to be that anymore. You know, there's this. You could just basically, there's so many different things that you can play with.
Absolutely. I think, the perception, we're trying to change the perception around a salad. How's the dressing looking there, Cindy? Because you've been mixing.
Yeah, no, it's well mixed.
Don't turn it into butter. I think it's good.
If you want to get your hands on the recipe to our Mexican sweet corn bowl with these lovely fritters as a side from Woolies, you can just SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33728. We'll send you the ingredients and also a link to the recipe. Alternatively, check it out on our website, expressoshow.com. But this really is, I can almost say, like a power Mexican bowl, because there's so much nutrients packed into this dish. If you want to see one more time how we made this, those steps, here they are for you. there you have it. Fresh, delicious, and hearty. That keyword is Woolworths. SMS that to 33728. Ilian, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Coming to inspire us to a more plant-based way of eating. Yeah, Cindy, go ahead. Go ahead, give it a taste.
Why not?
I would love to know what these sweet corn fritters taste like.
I was waiting for your approval.
Never! Give us a thumbs up there because they do look delicious. Like I've mentioned, yes, it looks amazing, especially with that sauce. The keyword, Woolworths, to 33728. Try something different this weekend. Cindy is disappearing. There she goes. There she goes. It's okay.
Oh, that looks delicious.
It does. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, well, we'll dig into that into the ad break. But when we get back, we're going to connect with comedian Tolismo. He joins us in studio and he's here to chat about his brand new show.
Well, we're getting into Heritage Month, and that means we're celebrating everything heritage, including the foods that we love across South Africa. Last week, I got to spend time with a comedian and went eating a Gatsby across Cape Town. And I'll tell you all about it after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Friday morning on your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, the Sasco Mzansi bread campaign is in full swing, and so to kind of help you out, work your way around it, we thought we'd show you what goes into what is called the perfect Gatsby. Yeah, and you had an adventure of a lifetime.
I did have. It's like an extreme sport eating a Gatsby, I must say. And no one warned me about this up front, but I got to experience it. I mean, Yassine and I, who's a local comedian, obviously went around Cape Town finding the perfect spots. And we did find 2 of them. And you can check them out right now. Sasco has decided to celebrate Heritage Month in the most mouth-watering way. Over the next few weeks, you'll see us go from Cape Town to Joburg and Durban and literally eating our way through the culture. Now, I'm brand new in Cape Town, and just last week I was laughed at for not knowing what a Gatsby is. Well, here we are today to check out 2 hotspots and find out what makes a Gatsby great. I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing it with funny man, Yassine Barnes. Let's go check out his favorite spots.
Guys, it's cool. And I don't want to mince my hair, that's why I'm wearing the cap. Come, let's go. I'm Yassine Barnes from Cape Town, that's who I am. We're here in Athlone, so where I was born and raised, you know, where I spend most of my days. I'm about to take you guys on a little trip to show you what's my food about, because you know, the man is the food, and I'm going to show you what's a Gatsby. I love Gatsbys, guys. I love Gatsbys because it brings everyone together. It's my thing.
After a long morning's hard work or a weekend of good times, Cape Town goes in search of the ultimate filling, sharing, spicy, all-in-one answer to hunger.
Yassine, you've got to tell me, what do you think makes you a Gatsby guru?
So growing up, we used to bunk school, sorry mom, and we used to spend our bus money and just walk home, but we'd go to a Gatsby place every time. So then we'd grade Gatsby's everywhere we go. We go, that's a 6. Okay, do you want a damp Gatsby? Do you want a dry Gatsby? What we're in the mood for?
So basically, you've just reviewed all sorts of Gatsbys that are available and around out there.
That's basically been my whole life story. Yeah? Besides comedy, I eat Gatsbys and I judge Gatsbys.
For someone who's watching right now, who's like me and has never seen or even had a Gatsby, please describe it.
A Gatsby is all the powers combined. You've got the roll, you've got the salad, you've got the egg, you've got the meat. You've got everything. It's basically a whole week's diet in one meal.
Where does it originate?
So there was this guy, he was a shop owner, Rashad Pandey. And basically he had workers that were helping him move, and he just took like the leftovers that was in the fridge, or in the kitchen at least.
Of everything?
Of everything. So he had the roll and he was just like, yo, here's some chips, here's some Vienna, some bologna, some sauces. And then he served it for lunch for everyone.
Mashup of everything.
Yeah, the Gatsby is the Ubuntu of food.
Oh, Yassine makes eating a Gatsby sound like an extreme sport.
It takes a lot of endurance, a lot of pressure. You can't just be an amateur on the streets. You got to come in, like really prepare yourself, build the hunger, and get into it.
Yassine, I mean, there's so much going on here. How do you even choose? Where do you start? What's your recommendation?
So today we're gonna go all out. We're gonna go for the full house steak Gatsby. That's egg and cheese, everything in the mix.
Okay, that's what you're having. I think I'll have the masala steak, cheese, and perinese.
No. That's what we're having. We're gonna share the thing. It's not.
I'll have my own. Yeah.
A daring man today, a very courageous and daring man having a whole.
Okay, well, we'll share with you, but then maybe then.
No, please respect yourself.
Okay, let's go check it out.
It's bigger than a baby.
I've never seen anything like it. How are people supposed to finish this entire thing?
It's not, it's a shade. It's a shade thing. Everybody must.
It's so heavy. It's so huge. How do you eat this? What?
Yo. So the rule is whoever bought the Gatsby gets to take the first piece.
Are you serious?
Highest choice, yes. So obviously the best one is the base.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit longer, so you get your money.
So you get to eat first?
Yeah, I get to eat first. Now you get to choose.
Okay.
Can you still have a whole one?
No. That's a lot, Dad. It's an explosion of everything, dude. I'm having the curry, the chips, eggs, you name it.
We've got this whole thing to eat, by the way. We must share this.
I'll take a bit of a break. You can have it. Everybody loves the Gatsby.
The best part about Gatsby is that it must be shared. Now we're going off to Cozy Corner. Cozy Corner is in Wynberg and they've been there for 46 years. It's really like, for me, it's one of the established brands of Gatsby. So when we talk about heritage and Heritage Day, these people are part of Cape Town's heritage. Yeah. They're part of them. They bring the Mzansi bread to Mzansi. And Cozy Corner, they also make a good Gatsby. This is like more like of a compact, a neater kind.
How do you feel about a vegetarian or vegan Gatsby?
Look, there's a place for everything in the world. I feel like a vegan Gatsby is not the worst thing, but personally I feel like it's a mistake. I feel like a Gatsby must be had with a steak or a chicken. I just like when the Gatsby sauce rolls down. That
was the best thing. You've still got the proof.
Here's proof of a good meal, is that you're still wearing it. Okay, so I feel like we've been through the ropes now. I've showed you.
Yes.
You must order today.
Well, an expert a day later. What's your most popular Gatsby around here?
I've got the full house char grilled steak Gatsby, which is flame grilled with our own secret basting sauce. And also it's got egg and cheese on there. I'm sure your friend and you will enjoy it.
It sounds so wholesome. Just the thing we want to be having. So we're having that one.
I'm excited for this. Like this is probably the best kibbeh that I've seen in a long time.
The best what?
Kibbeh is a date. It's foods that bring people together.
Well, I can't wait for this one here.
I'm excited now.
Oh. I suppose I have to open it because I paid for it.
Oh, someone got the rule book.
All right, let's see what's here. Whoa. I just cannot believe still the size of a kibbeh. Look at that freshness of the bread, eh?
The bread is like a bowl, and it's just holding everything in place.
Yeah. It's really quite solid enough to keep everything all nice and intact. This is just easily the best thing I've had.
Kibbeh, kibbeh.
The best. Kibbeh.
Okay, Tabs, here's the thing. You talk to them. I'm finished talking for the day. I just want to eat because I'm in love with this guy.
Oh, don't cry over it. Well, we know the best Mzansi meals start with the best bread. Tell us what goes into the perfect Gatsby and win a trip to Joburg, Cape Town or Durban to experience their bread culture. Head on over to sascomzantsibread.co.za and enter.
It's a feast, the best filler-upper. Each one made brings a smile, and it's definitely not to be eaten with a knife and fork. Sasco, baking together since 1930.
Wow, I have to tell you, I mean, I had the best time there. Yeah. That is probably the best Mzansi meal I've tasted. I've had lots of kotas, I've had many bunny chows in my lifetime, but this is my new favorite. And that's right, the best Mzansi meals start with the best bread. And now, it's your turn to become part of the Gears.
Absolutely. So let us know exactly what goes into your signature Gatsby. And of course, you could win yourself a trip to Jozi, Durban or Cape Town to experience another city's Mzansi bread culture. You can visit the website sascomzantsibread.co.za to get entering.
All of a sudden, I am really, really hungry. But let's take a look at what's happening in the national news. Deputy Speaker Lechesa Tsenoli says extensive work has been done to craft new procedures for the removal of a sitting president from office. He said credit should go to the National Assembly Sub-Rules Review Committee for the work already done in this regard. The Constitutional Court yesterday ruled against the SA Social Security Agency, i.e. SASSA, and its former acting CEO, Paul Bengu, finding them liable for costs relating to an application for a 6-month extension for the payment of cash grants by Cash Paymaster Services made in March this year. On the international front, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has sworn in several new provincial governors, including the first ever Coptic Christian woman to hold such a position. Manal Awad Mikhail was appointed governor of the Damietta province yesterday. She was previously a deputy for the Giza governor. And then finally, Britain is committed to continuing free trade with Kenya after it leaves the European Union. Prime Minister Theresa May said in Nairobi yesterday. Earlier, she said she wishes Britain to become the biggest investor on the African continent. Britain is Kenya's largest trading partner. Well, that was your 7:13 news update. I'll have a full bulletin for you at the top of the hour.
Flying through those sporting headlines in football, Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric was named UEFA's Player of the Year last night at the Champions League group stage draw in Monaco. Speaking of which, that group stage fixture list is out, of course, for the Champions League, and it's been decided that Real Madrid will face Roma, CSKA Moscow and Victoria Pilsen in Group G, while Group H has got Juventus up against Man United and Valencia. Staying with football, the second leg ties of the MTN8 semi-finals take place this weekend, with SuperSport United up against Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Cape Town City. Then in athletics, Caster Semenya claimed her third straight Diamond League title in the 800 meters as she won the event at the Zurich meeting last night. We'll expand on that and all of our stories on the top of the hour one last time.
Let's get into your traffic and what's happening out on the roads for once again. At Gauteng Boysons, as usual, there are delays on the M1 northbound approaching the Crown interchange, and that's due to roadworks, and you can expect delays from the Boysons Road exit. And then moving over to the Western Cape and Deep River, traffic is backed up on the M3 northbound all the way from Ladies Mile Road towards UCT. Just be patient on those routes. If you're heading out on the roads this morning still, please drive with care and reach your destinations safely.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand, Defy.
Right, well, we've asked you to send in some of your pictures to show us what it looks like in your morning, wherever you are in South Africa. And you've done so. Thank you very much. Polosho Mokome sent us this awesome silhouette picture from Bushbuck Ridge in Mpumalanga. Look at that. I absolutely love Mpumalanga. Beautiful province. Thank you very much, Polosho. Mostly sunny conditions are expected with very warm temperatures for today, reaching a maximum of 31 degrees. Stay cool, my friends. Stay cool. Thank you very much. Remember to keep sharing your photos with us of what it looks like in your morning. Post those photos on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Getting into your temperatures though, going into your Friday, Polokwane 6 minimum with a maximum 26 today, Mobela 9:29, Pretoria 10:26, Johannesburg 8:24, Mahikeng on a 12 minimum reaching a high of 27, Klerksdorp 11:28, Kimberley 12:29, Bloemfontein 9:26, Richards Bay 17:28, Pietermaritzburg 13 this morning with a maximum 31, Durban 18:26, Mthatha 12:32, East London 15 and a high of 30, Cradock 8:30, Port Elizabeth 12:21, George 11:20, Sutherland around 0 this morning with a maximum 18, Cape Town 12:18, Worcester 6 and a high of 22, Springbok 6:23, and Uppington starting off on 12 minimum, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of your weather and also your traffic for the 7:30 bulletin. I'll bring you a final update on both of those at the top of the hour.
Well, we are taking a very quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Women's Month might be wrapping up, but that's not stopping us from celebrating women empowerment.
Yeah, we continue to do so. And also celebrate with the man of the hour. Tolas Mo is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new one-man show coming up. We'll tell you all about it after the break.
Stop
we
it.
won't stop. We'll carry on.
Stop it, guys.
All Expresso presenters and guests fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom. Aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the presenters of Expresso and fly Mango.
Hey, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday morning. We are so happy to be hanging out with you as we quickly reflect on some international entertainment news, but also Tallest Mo is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, joining us with all things funny, which we will do in a second. Clearly, a lot of excitement in Cape Town for Tallest Mo being
Come on
with yourself, my man.
Yes.
Good to have you here.
Come on with it. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Gentle Brothers. It's great.
I'm sure you're never up at this time of the morning.
I'm up every single morning. I do breakfast radio with DJ Spoo.
Oh yeah.
We've got a radio show called Massive Metro, which is broadcasting live in 3,000 taxis. We have like a little receiver in 3,000 taxis, and as well, it's available on an app. You can download it, tune into us on air every single morning.
Major moves.
You're the plug. Yeah, man, we're the plug. So I wake up 5 a.m. every single day, so it's my thing. I'm a morning guy, as you can see.
Ah, look at you, ready and on standby to just get it. Well, let's get into your entertainment news. Looking at international entertainment news, Michael Jackson would have turned 60 this past Wednesday, and his children took to Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas to celebrate and honor their father on this. Now, taking the stage at the event dubbed the Michael Jackson Diamond Birthday Celebration, the two followed in their father's footsteps by accepting the Elizabeth Taylor Legacy Award on his behalf for all of the humanitarian work that Michael Jackson has done with the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, which I think is absolutely amazing. But look at them.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at them, you can see these are, I mean, maybe not this picture, the next picture you'll see.
What's that guy's name? That guy?
That's Prince.
Prince.
That's Prince, and then there's
he looks like that guy from Back to the Future. Yeah, with that jacket on right now.
Identical.
Straight from the 60s.
It is absolutely
and
insane.
And who's the bodyguard?
Leave the kids alone.
They looked good doing it too. Paris in a pink strapless dress with ruffled train, and Prince wearing a look very reminiscent of his late father's iconic style. Black pants, a white t-shirt, and a red bomber jacket.
That's dope.
That is proper Michael. And it's really good to see them, you know, coming out. I mean, at some point, they really weren't talking much about their father, and they really weren't doing a lot of the interviews. But now they've grown. I mean, they're 20 and 21. Man. They're coming out, they're talking, they're interacting, and it's the memories that they're sharing with everybody of their father.
I understand how difficult it is to be a child born in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my daughter Kumo, I try my best to protect her all the time, but you can't hold her back from what she wants to do. I mean, you know, so it's a catch-22 situation. You really have to be protective of them. Yeah.
And then you talk about growing up in the spotlight. Imagine growing up in the spotlight of your father, who is Kanye West.
My goodness,
things
man.
are
That's
hectic.
man.
So you'll remember he's had a couple of choice words, and he's now come out and apologized on a Chicago radio station in an interview, and he said he is sorry for saying that slavery was a choice. And he also broke down on air, apparently just talking about an old friend of his, and I quote, he says, "I don't know if I properly apologized for how that slave comment made people feel, so I want to take this moment right now to say that I'm sorry for hurting. I'm sorry for the 1-2 effect of the MAGA hat into the slave comment." So yeah, I guess big of him to do that.
No, it is big. You know, because sometimes people don't understand that when you're in front of the camera all the time, it comes with so much pressure, and you reach your boiling point. You reach a point whereby you snap, or you reach a point whereby you really want to be open and be real with people, but the context of the stuff that you say can be taken the wrong way.
Absolutely.
You know, I understand what he was talking about, but you know, you have to think about which perspective was he taking it from, you know? So I'm glad he came out and apologized.
He's apologizing because, I mean, Kanye West is known to stick to and
his word,
by his word. He is not a man that likes to apologize very much.
I ain't gonna apologize.
Well, I mean, speaking about, you know, perspective and how people take things and saying things that you might regret at some points, you've now got a one-man show that you brought to Cape Town. It's been to Joburg, it's been to Pretoria, and the first thing when people see the poster, they might go, "You?" Because the name of the show. Just say it right now as it is.
Textile is personal.
Right. So, Clay, my first question that I wanted to ask is, who hurt you?
You know what? A lot of people hurt me. Do you know what? It's a personal show because my comedy is based on my real life experiences. You know, I can't. Yes, I enjoy making up jokes. Hey.
That's a great photo.
Caught me off guard there. I call the show Textile is Personal because my comedy is based on real life experiences and how I grew up, my family being raised by 7 amazing women, and also going into school. I was like one of the first black kids in Kempton Park Primary, you know, going through that experience. And I also talk about my life right now, my marriage, my kids, you know. So the reason why I say it's personal, because it really is personal. I don't make up jokes. I don't do knock-knock jokes.
They're all from your own life.
I don't talk about a mouse who ate a cockroach, and the cockroach decided to turn back on the mouse, and the mouse was like, "Wee!" And then,
oh, I see where you're going with that. Why are you gonna do that, dog? Why are you gonna do that? That is, yeah.
You have to tell us, how have the audiences in Joburg and Pretoria received the show?
Do you know what? They liked it so much, and do you know what? I just apologize to the people in Joburg. We had a bit of a capacity problem. The show is exclusive. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get your tickets early. You know, it's only like 300 seats really. So the quicker you get your seats, the better. I don't want you to come to the show and get disappointed that you can't come in. You know, because it's a Krunkra kind of place. You know, it's a fire and ice exclusive one-man show.
What kind of place?
It's a Krunkra. Yeah, you know when you don't have the right English word to say something, you make up your own.
Oh.
So I make up my own words. I say Canana Vistas, Cruncray, it's a Pasco baby, it's a sugar finger, it's a caramelized onions. You know, any kind of, it's a feeling. It's a Pasco baby. It's
yeah, it's a sugar bing.
It's a sugar in Pasco baby.
Man.
You know? It's a Canana Vistas.
That's amazing. Tickets are
Yeah.
available right now. But tell us what else is in the pipeline for you?
Right now,
I'm
I'm working on my comedy album. I'm dropping the first official South African comedy album, following
amazing. legends
such as Tsepo Mogale, Spikos Delicious, Chris Forrest, Cooler Box,
wow,
and David Gow used to do some music as well back in the day.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing it on a much more higher level, working with industry professionals such as Java, Casper Nyovest, Paysim from Nigeria, Ali Boy from Ghana.
Mashup.
Right now I'm currently in negotiations with Wizkid, doing a comedic Nigerian song with him as well.
Nice.
Comics Choice Awards, doing This is South Africa, the version of Childish Gambino's song.
And the list goes on and on and on.
Listen, you can't just quickly skip forward past that. We've just had Boiti dropping Was Dad right now.
Oh yeah,
so
man.
listen,
I was with Boiti the other day. Yeah,
yeah,
she's a very nice, gentle sister of the
yeah, I'm sure she is. But listen, like I said, you can't just skip past it.
Yeah.
Give us something, man. Just eating. I'm giving you you with Casper in the hoop.
Toilet Mo, I take it nice and slow. I'm giving you words like sugar finger bowl. Oh no, a sugar finger bowl? Yes, I'm more like a sugar finger nice. My music is free. It's relaxing. You don't have to think hard about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be. Yeah, no, we rise an amazing phase and
then it just.
we dab in with it. We have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's my escape. Music is my escape because it's so much more easier, I believe, to do than stand-up. Because stand-up is very intellectual stuff. You have to read the audience. You have to gauge with people. You have to be on your feet. You have to be ready for hecklers. You have to be, So when I do music, it's like an escape. It's so easy. I get away and I don't have to think much, and I'm just flowing with the music, having fun, turning up. Yeah.
Man, you are. Yeah, it's like
Phyllis Mo is in Cape Town. You've got to catch all of this. It's happening tonight at the Fire and Ice Hotel. You can get tickets for $150 at quicket.co.za.
It's going to be a sugar bing bang.
It's going to be a Pasco baby on top of a Canana Vistas. It's the Crunder's Prey. We'll see you right after this break.
I love it. Like you said, just dab into it. Well, it all began in 1956 with a black rose, which is the symbol for infinite beauty. And since then, Arbor have been offering women around the world professional skincare solutions. Now, this morning, we have marketing and PR manager Carmen K. Lambrechts in studio to tell us more about how Arbor supports the modern concept of female beauty. But first, let's take a look at who Arbor is.
I want to feel strong. Ich will auch mal kompliziert sein.
I want to love myself.
Je ne veux pas m'inquiéter de ma peau.
I want to be happy when I look in the mirror.
The sun beams softly.
That's why we want your skin to get what it wants. Personal, precise, and with the highest efficacy. Be beautiful. Be bold. Never ask for less. Arbor. Ask for more.
I love that. Arbor, ask for more. We've got Carmen in studio with us. Carmen, it's so good to have you on the show this morning.
So lovely to be here.
I got to tell you, I'm very excited about this because what I saw was people from all walks of life, different skin types, different ages, which says to me that this is really a beautiful story of a brand that allows everybody to embrace their own unique beauty. Do you want to tell us more about Arbor and why skincare is so important to the brand?
Well, of course, Arbor was established over 60 years ago.
Wow.
It all began with High Oil, which is the icon of the brand, and as it was then, it has remained today the icon of our brand. But we have evolved and have such a scientific approach behind our skincare, and we have so many various ranges within our brand that we have a very individualized approach to skincare.
Wonderful.
And the reason we feel it's so important for women, and the reason women empowerment is at the core of who we are, is because we feel if you are comfortable within your own skin, you are naturally, as a woman, going to be more confident. You're going to, and we want women to be more confident, be more demanding, and not only within your personal life and your day-to-day life, but be more demanding of your skincare routine, really.
Yeah. Now, with all of these brands that we have on the market today, what is it that sets Arbor apart? What is its unique selling point?
Well, we are manufactured from start to finish in Germany, and it's all very well having empowerment at the core of who we are, but what's empowerment without consciousness? So we resource 850 or over 850 natural raw ingredients from renewable resources which go into our products. And our products are free from parabens. We're anti-animal cruelty as well. And we are in over 70 countries worldwide, in leading hotels and spas. I think that in itself speaks volumes.
Now, I've been hearing a lot about this concentrated beauty ampule, and the selling point here, it's got this beautiful motto that says beauty to go anywhere, anytime. Tell us more about that.
Well, the beauty ampule, they're highly concentrated little vials of glass magic, if you can call it that, and what's so amazing about them is they produce instant results. You can see, you can feel them, feel the results instantly, and you can substitute your ampules into your current skincare routine regardless of your brand of preference. You know, it's not that you have to use Arbor if it's preferable. You don't have to use Arbor start to finish to see and feel the results.
I love that.
And we have 14 different ampules in the assortment, and with 120,000 ampules produced per day in Germany that gets shipped out worldwide. And I think the whole world can't be wrong now, can they?
Absolutely, absolutely. What are some of the other hero products within the range? I mean, the ampule's already pretty amazing.
Well, we've actually just relaunched our core range, which is Skinavage. And Skinavage is actually based on epigenetic research, which is really groundbreaking and phenomenal. So to encapsulate what this really is when bees are born, I know bees are pretty random, but when bees are born, a worker bee and a queen bee are born exactly the same. And what differentiates a queen bee from a worker bee is that it feeds off of royal jelly, and there's a protein within royal jelly called royal actine. Now, what we've done at Arbor is we've taken this concept and derived our own protein based on this called the Epigen Power Peptide, which is in each and every single one of our Skinavage products. And what this enables your skin cells to do, like the queen bee being stronger, living for longer, and being more powerful than the worker bees. So this concept allows your skin cells to be stronger, more powerful, and live for longer, and in essence your skin obviously appearing more beautiful and slowing down the aging process, which I think is what we all want at the end of the day.
Definitely.
And that in itself is what we've been able to put into this entire range, which has been really revolutionary for skincare.
Well, Carmen, this sounds absolutely amazing. I get excited. Give me the fountain of youth any day. I am here for it. Thank you so much for being with us, and of course sharing with us more information on this incredible product.
It's only a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Well, Arbor is every woman boosting confidence and contributing to healthier and stronger skin. So be one of the first to indulge in the new and improved Arbor Skinavage range. You can stand a chance of winning a hamper to the value of 3,500 Rand. Yes, that's what I said, 3,500 Rand. All you need to do is head over to our Facebook page and check out the competition post. Enter now and kickstart your spring with glowing skin.
So Bianca, first of all, awesome performance. Thank you so much for that. I can understand why you're smashing radio at the moment, but you've been eyeing out the treats here. Would you like something? Do you want something?
Princess, can I maybe please have a donut? Okay. Yes. One of those nice chocolate ones with the sprinkles.
Yeah. I love it.
Please.
That's why she's our queen.
Listen, brilliant stuff. While she enjoys her donut, she's also going to be gearing up. Bianca Blanc, she's with us the entire morning. She possesses the magic pick of destiny that she has just gifted me with, but I will give it back to her because she's going to use it for her next performance. Don't miss it after the break.
Hopefully you've imbued it with good fortune. Then, of course, it's time for the Fashion Fix. On Vogue and always on time. Have a bite. Come on. Massive bite. How much can you?
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
They made me eat on TV. The very thing you said you never wanted to do. Yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Friday, if nobody said it to you yet, and I hope you've been enjoying the Feel Good vibes with us. We've got another performance from Bianca Blanc coming up very shortly.
That's right. The Friday Feels are underway, still coming up, also Fashion Fix. But right now, though, it's time for the news.
Thank you so much, guys. In the national news this morning, Deputy Speaker Lechesa Tsenoli says extensive work has been done to craft new procedures for the removal of a sitting president from office. He said credit should go to the National Assembly Sub-Rules Review Committee for the work already done in this regard in terms of Section 89 of the Constitution. The Rules Committee unanimously adopted the new procedure earlier this week. They include allowing the Speaker to refer a motion with supporting evidence supported by an MP to a panel of 3 independent legal experts. The Constitutional Court ruled yesterday against the SA Social Security Agency, i.e. SASSA, and its former acting CEO, Paul Bengu, finding them liable for costs relating to an application for a 6-month extension for the payment of cash grants by Cash Paymaster Services made in March this year. The court also found that former Social Development Minister Batabile Dlamini failed in her supervisory role to SASSA. She will, however, not be held personally liable for the legal costs. The court still has to make a ruling in a second costs matter which concerns Dlamini. Now moving further abroad, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has sworn in several new provincial governors, including the first ever Coptic Christian woman to hold such a position. Manal Awad Mekhal was appointed governor of Damietta province yesterday. She was previously a deputy for the Giza governor. Christians, who constitute about 10% of Egypt's Muslim majority population of 100 million, have long complained of discrimination and their underrepresentation in top government positions. Christians strongly supported General-turned-President al-Sisi, who led the ousting of his Islamist predecessor. And then finally, Britain is committed to continuing free trade with Kenya after it leaves the European Union, Prime Minister Theresa May said in Nairobi yesterday. Earlier, she said she wishes Britain to become the biggest investor on the African continent. Britain is Kenya's largest trading partner. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta said 2 agreements have been signed, one to enhance military cooperation with Britain, the other for Britain to return assets and proceeds of corruption to Kenya. Margaret Thatcher was the last British Prime Minister to visit Kenya in 1988. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Wrapping up those major sporting headlines this week, of course, football dominating as Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric was named UEFA's Player of the Year last night at the Champions League group stage draw in Monaco. Modric beating out some pretty stiff opposition, the likes of Juventus's Cristiano Ronaldo and Liverpool's Mo Salah, to win the award for the first time in his career. Modric was also named midfielder of the season. Ronaldo scooped striker of the season, and Sergio Ramos defender of the season. Staying with the beautiful game, the group stage fixtures of the 2018-2019 UEFA Champions League, of course, also got decided yesterday after last night's draw. Defending champions Real Madrid, they'll face Roma, CSKA Moscow and Victoria Pilsen in Group G. Group H has Italian champions Juventus up against Man United and Valencia, while Spanish giants Barcelona will have to beat Tottenham, PSV and Inter Milan in Group B, a stiff one there. So the first round of fixtures kicks off on the 18th of September. Staying with football, but locally, the second leg ties of the MTN 8 semi-finals take place this weekend. Some great fixtures. SuperSport United up against Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Cape Town City. On Sunday, Downs will have to overturn a 1-0 deficit when they welcome Cape Town City to the Lucas Moripe Stadium. City won the first leg thanks to a 75th minute strike from Tariq Philis. While tomorrow, Kaizer Chiefs host SuperSport United with the aggregate score tied at 2-2. And finally, in athletics, Caster Semenya claimed her 3rd straight Diamond League title in the 800 meters as she won the event at the Zurich meeting last night. Leading the race from start to finish, she was dominant. She crossed the line 8 meters clear of her nearest competitor, clocking in a time of 1 minute and 55.27 seconds. Also in action last night, continuing his fantastic season, Luvo Manyonga. He retained the men's long jump title, finishing first with a jump of 8.36 meters. And that's a wrap of our sport for this morning.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's quickly take a last look at what's happening on the roads for your Friday morning. Starting in Gauteng and Straighton Park, there's been an accident on the N1 northbound. That's before Malibongwe Drive. The right lane has been blocked, causing some congestion. Please be patient on that route. And then heading over to the Highveld, there's a stationary truck on the N1 southbound. That's just before John Foster Drive, blocking the center lane. So please just keep a lookout for that and always be safe on the roads. Let's get into your weather for the last time as well. And before we do so, we've asked you to send in some of your beautiful pictures from wherever you are in the country, and we'd like to say a big thank you to Leanne Giovendrella from Amanzam Toti, who sent in her picture, Shannon Lee Fisser from Pilansburg, and Demiso Smith from Gauteng, and then also to Polosho Mkome from Bushbuck Ridge in Mpumalanga with your sunrise pictures. It's definitely pictures worth smiling about going into your weekend. Thank you very much. We'll pick it up again with regards to showing you your pictures right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Monday morning. Let's get into your temperatures right now for the last time this morning. Polokwane starting off on 6 minimum, reaching a high of 26. Mbombela 9.29. Pretoria on 10 minimum, reaching a high of 26 degrees. Johannesburg 8.24. Mahikeng 12.27. Klerksdorp on 11, reaching a high of 28 degrees. Kimberley on 12 and a high of 29. Bloemfontein at 9.26. Richards Bay 17.28. Pietermaritzburg 13.31. Durban 18.26. Mthatha starting off on 12 minimum, reaching a high of 32. East London 15.30. Cradock 8 and a high of 30 degrees as well. Port Elizabeth 12 minimum, reaching a high of 21. George 11.20. Sutherland around 0 this morning, nice and cold, staying cool with a maximum 18 degrees. Some showers expected in Cape Town today with a minimum of 12, reaching a high of 18. Worcester 6.22, Springbok 6.23, and Uppington 12 minimum, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up your weather and your temperatures for your Friday morning.
Well, let's continue the feel-good vibes on this Friday morning on your feel-good breakfast show. Bianca Blanc in the studio, about to share more of her music with us, and here she is performing All My Life.
Science reaches for the truth. Science works for the big and the small, the old and the young. Science never gives up. And science is at the heart of biology-based nutrition for differences you can see, feel, and trust. The secret to lifelong health, it all starts with science.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now it's time for us to talk fashion. We've done music, we've done entertainment, but now it's time for fashion. And of course, the only person that can bring us the lowdown with his finger on the pulse is the one, the only, Nick Spillett, everybody!
Wow.
Yes.
Nobody else makes sense.
That's the best yet.
I know.
My finger is on the pulse.
It's getting there. It is time for Fashion Fix. Nick, we're about to take things global, my friend.
Girl, I'm gonna take you on an international tour. Okay, things are controversial these days. So listen, I'm gonna kick it with my girl Serena Williams, who we know and love. So Serena right now is vying for her 24th Grand Slam title. Serena Williams, we love Serena Williams.
We love her. We love
nice to have
her.
her here on this. Yeah, look at her, girl. In her Virgil Abloh custom for Nike. Okay, but listen, this is not what's getting attention. It's rather what she wore to the French Open in May.
Of course.
This catsuit. We talked about this.
We've talked about
the catsuit has officially been banned. Banned by the French Tennis Federation president, Bernard Guidicelli, for being too much. Too much, shall we say. Now listen, Serena wore this because she gave birth 12 months prior and she had blood clot issues. So this full catsuit helped with her circulation. It was actually So in a statement released by Bernard Guidicelli, who's the French Tennis Federation president, he says, I believe we have sometimes gone too far. Serena's outfit this year, for example, would no longer be accepted. Boo to Bernard. Big time, right?
I mean, I think certainly, some questions there around body image and controlling what one wears, right?
Massively. And Serena weighed in on it at the French Open while she was wearing the catsuit. Let's hear what she had to say.
I feel like a warrior in it, like a warrior princess kind of queen from Wakanda, maybe. I'm always living in a fantasy world, so it's kind of like I've always wanted to be a superhero, and it's kind of my way of being a superhero.
Call this her Wakanda. This was her Wakanda look.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks
her
so
Black
much
Panther
controversy.
look.
It was incredible. Billie Jean King, who's one of the tennis greats, released a statement as well saying that the policing of women's bodies must end.
Yes.
That this is Serena's right as an athlete, as a private citizen to wear what she wants. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Serena weighed in at the US Open. I was gonna say, she sent me a voice note. Serena sent me a voice note last night. Actually, it's not. It's from CBS News. Let's kick that right now.
Okay, wow.
Obviously, the Grand Slams have a right to do what they want to do, but I feel like if and when or if they know that some things are for health reasons, then there's no way that they wouldn't be okay with it. So.
Reasons.
100%.
So, like, why?
Yes,
Why not?
100%.
Nike released a statement which I absolutely love. Nike sums up, you can take the superhero out of her costume, but you can never take away her superpowers.
There we go, Nike.
Come on.
Love that.
But I want to move on to Marie Claire, because they just
But
released...
can I just say something with regards to that?
Yes.
Like a couple of years ago, I also read an article that there was another player that had also worn a cat suit.
Yes.
Nothing was ever said, but it did have a lot to do with the color of the person's skin.
Absolutely, and this is something Serena talks quite candidly about, that she, because of her being a black woman, like what has she gotten that other people haven't gotten in the past?
Exactly.
Right, so Marie Claire, and this is her
switching to local
2002
now.
catsuit.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So I was just Serena's been doing the catsuit for years.
Yeah.
I mean, give a girl...
Look at that booty.
Looks good though,
I
right?
want.
Yeah.
Arms.
Yeah, so switching to local, Marie Claire just released their September issue with Reese with a spoon on the cover. But more important than Reese is their Dear Body New Naked campaign, which is absolutely incredible. So the New Naked campaign is all about strong women celebrating body positivity. They asked 15 influencers to write letters to themselves and their bodies. The campaign shot by the incredible Nikita Bento. So this is behind the scenes of actually of the shoots.
Is there.
So love, this is all about self-worth and celebrating women's bodies. So we have quotes from Tumi Morake, who was featured in the publication as well, writing letters to their bodies and all about exploring and coming to an acceptance of their bodies. I want to read what Thick Leonce said though. Thick Leonce posted on her Instagram, and she posted the most incredible thing this year as part of the Marie Claire New Naked issue. Dear body, others may not understand why I walk around like you're covered in diamonds. They look at you and just see flaws. They do not understand the unconditional love I have for you. I'm so happy that I have no longer a war with you. My acceptance of you has brought me peace. It's incredible. And Kanye Mabao, also on the cover, sharing some incredible words. My spirit hasn't been the easiest to house. I've cut you, stitched you, changed you a few times. You felt the pain. I've threatened and offended you, but you're certainly been there. Thank you for choosing to house my spirit. This campaign's incredible, and it's shining light.
It's incredible. And we need to see more of these kind of stories and more of these kind of discussions and conversations coming through, because there's a lot of young women out there who battle with body image, who battle with what people say about their bodies all the time. So to see those kind of celebrities taking the stand and really being vocal about it is what we want. We want more of that sort of thing.
Powerful stuff. Well, thank you so much, Nick
Thank you,
Strelitz.
girl. I feel good.
Good.
I feel good. I look better, and okay.
You don't look better than me.
No, I don't. I can't touch that. Can't touch that.
Don't fight, guys. It's okay.
Good old-fashioned values and flavors you'll love. Celebrate the taste of yesteryear with Frankie's.
So things are getting crazy in the Expresso kitchen right now. It is time to celebrate the taste of yesteryear with some cheesy footlongs and a Frankie's cinnamon cola float. And I have my gentlemen in the studio, Keenan Michael, chef, and Mr. Tall as Mo as well. Put it there, my brother. How are you, Keenan? Good to see you,
I'm telling you now, he's the South African Clark Kent. Look at him.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Good to have you, my brother. Thank you very much. Gents, taste of yesteryear, cheesy footlongs using some Frankie's cinnamon cola with a lacquer Coke float, taking us way back, man. Taking us way back.
You know, when I was a kid, I always used to love having hot dogs, man, you know, especially, you know, during, what do they call it, culture exchange day. You know, other children would have hot dogs, and then, you know, I would pretend like I don't have lunch, and then they would share their hot dogs with me, and it would be great, you know.
You're going to enjoy it. Listen, man, we're going to treat you this morning, dude.
Yes.
Keenan, my brother, so good to have you back in the kitchen, man.
Thanks,
this is a creation that I think we all should be making this weekend.
Definitely.
So show us. Put Tall as Mo there to work.
Okay, cool. We're going to do it together. You're going to do one and I'm going to do one. So we're going to start with cheese at the base.
Cheese on the base.
Cheese on the base.
Slaughter Mickey cheese.
He's cheese way more stylish than
You know, when you create your cheese, it just reminds me of my childhood. You were never allowed to have sliced cheese. You were never allowed to have cheese during the day or after school. Only for school.
Only for school.
Yeah, if they catch you eating cheese on a weekend or paloni,
Okay, the next thing we're putting is our cheese griller on top of our cheese.
All right.
Okay, away.
Okay, and now we're going to start layering. So we're going to...
It's more safe to eat Viennas and palonis now.
Definitely.
It's fine now, man.
Okay.
It's all good. So
it was a conspiracy.
So we're going to start with a little bit of everything. So you can start.
I don't like onions.
That's fine, that's fine.
Caramelized onions.
Oh, it's caramelized.
It's caramelized, my brother.
It's much sweeter.
Put them in.
Oh man, this is brilliant. I mean, this is definitely, I think, such an iconic taste. And I mean, it's really just to celebrate those good old days, you know, where you just take you back, especially with a footlong, man. I can't remember the last time I had a footlong.
Man, you know, I just like thank every hot dog company that has, you know, decided to put hot dog stands in the garage. It's very nice, you know, because we work late at night.
You see?
And when you get there, the only pie that's left is spinach and feta. You know, who eats spinach and feta pie? It's very confusing. So thank goodness for hot dogs at the local garage.
Absolutely. Some bacon bits going on there as well.
Most definitely. This is definitely a late night munchie.
Talk about late night munchies. This is something you can enjoy after your show.
Yeah, definitely.
So your show is currently tonight and tomorrow nights.
It's tonight and tomorrow night at the Fire and Ice Hotel.
Yes.
And it's going to be great. I think that I must ask them to make these kind of hot dogs because they're very exclusive, you know.
Yeah,
they like making Canana Vista kind of food. You know, they like making cruncrancry.
What?
Cruncrancry.
Cruncrancry.
Yeah, cruncrancry is something very expensive. It sounds expensive. Oh, it's a cruncrancry.
It's a cruncrancry.
Yes, it's very cruncry. Yes.
So then we got the tomato relish on top.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna
make your finish off with the tomato, and then I want to see the float, man. We're gonna get to the float as well.
What kind
You're
of?
gonna get there somewhere.
What is that?
How did your face end up on a mustard bottle, brother?
I don't know.
Like that, it looks exactly like you.
It does.
Matching eye color and everything. So you got it. That's it.
The keyword is
There we go.
3728.
Okay.
Clover is the keyword. It's better 33728 if you want to make it like that. Listen, whilst we prepare our float, let's quickly take a look at those steps once again.
Don't try this at home, guys. You always have to make sure you have an adult to help you do this. Don't forget, it's very easy.
It's time to celebrate the taste of yesteryear with a Clover Frankie's cinnamon cola float and cheesy footlong retro recipe. For this recipe, you'll need 500 milliliters Clover Frankie's cinnamon cola, 4 warmed footlong cheese grillers, 4 baguettes, 100 grams of cheese, 2 tablespoons pickled jalapenos, a 1/4 cup caramelized onions, a 1/4 cup crispy bacon bits, 2 tablespoons mustard, 2 tablespoons tomato relish, and 2 scoops vanilla ice cream. Slice the baguettes. Lay the cheese slices. Add warm cheese griller. Spoon over tomato relish. Add crispy bacon bits. Add caramelized onions. Sprinkle over pickled jalapeno. Finish off with mustard. Next, pour your Clover Frankie cinnamon cola into serving jars. Top with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. With its unique thirst-quenching soda, Frankie's Cinnamon Cola leaves you with a lingering taste of cinnamon. Perfect for the ultimate soda float to accompany this oh-so-retro diner dish.
Made with love by Clover.
Don't look at me and think I used to order that. No.
The keyword is Clover. It's 23378. Keenan, make this float, man. We're using our Frankie's Cinnamon Cola, dude.
Yeah.
Taste of yesteryear for sure. How do we make it? This is easy, dude.
So it's really simple. So you just take your Clover vanilla ice cream, you drop that to the bottom, and then we're just going to top it up with our cinnamon-flavored Frankie's cola.
Nice.
Simple.
Nice. I'm just thinking about what my grandmother would say if she saw me making something like this.
What would your grandmother say?
She would say, "Oh, yeah, waster! You are wasting."
You're wasting.
Just pour it slowly.
Listen, I hope you're going to tuck into this, and I hope you're going to enjoy this, my friend. Thank you very much.
Definitely.
The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Really just celebrating the taste of yesteryear. That's a paper straw, just by the way.
It's a paper straw. I can feel the texture. No, man, it's it's not regular.
No, it's not. But it's good.
It's crunkra. It's very Canada Vista.
What?
Yes, crunkrankry.
Crunkrankry.
Yes,
oh my goodness. Word of the day for sure. Clover to 33728.
Good old-fashioned values and flavors you'll love. Celebrate the taste of yesteryear with Frankie's.
Oh, Mo, we love you. So cool having him in studio. We're going to continue to inspire you, get creative. We're going to take a look at what color can mean for your workspace, how it can inspire that creativity.
And speaking of that, we're also going to look at design and decor. Mark Shotland joins us in studio, so we talk about the palette of the season. You do not want to miss out on any of that coming up after the break.
Instant hot chocolate? Of course, it's possible with Clover Super M when you hashtag try it hot this winter. Keeping the cast of Expresso smiling right through the chilly winter months, warmed up Super M is the simplest hot chocolate option when all you need to do is pour, heat and enjoy. So, hashtag try it hot with Clover Super M and catch the Expresso presenters putting their own twist on this cup of deliciousness made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I hope your Friday's been off to a fantastic start. And as the seasons change, it's time to get inspired with Mark Shotland as he discusses the palette of the season, Jaipur Rose, the new collection from Designers Guild, which will be launching this September 2018 exclusively from Home Fabrics. Get ready to capture the spirit of summer with prints of poppies and sunflowers and vibrant shades of scarlet and saffron in this exciting new range. Mark, great to have you here.
Bring on spring. It sounds amazing.
Oh, I'm so ready for spring. But let's talk about this new palette. I mean, it is Jaipur Rose. What a beautiful name.
Yeah, I mean, Trisha Guild heads up Designers Guild and is the dame of color and fabrics. And she's put this incredible collection together, inspired by India, full of beautiful ultraviolets and scarlets and crimson reds. And yeah, we think it's really one of the best collections they've ever done. So we look forward to launching it in September.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit more about Designers Guild.
So Trisha Guild founded the company in 1970. She was actually an interior designer. And off she went to India and bought some beautiful block prints and decided that the colors weren't vibrant enough. So she started recoloring the fabrics herself. And next thing, she opened up a showroom in the King's Road in London, selling furniture, and started recoloring fabrics. And yeah, Home Fabrics has been distributing Designers Guild for 30 years, and it's really in the textile industry a true honor to represent such an incredible brand.
I mean, it looks incredible. I mean, I took a look online as well, and I mean, it's got a vintage feel to it, a mix of prints.
Yeah.
What are you guys most excited for the launch of the new palette?
Well, I think for us, it's really about, as you can see, these incredible, huge florals mixed with very strong graphics, and I think prints are such a big focus at the moment as interest fabrics. I mean, we're all very used to using plains for our big pieces because we're a little bit scared to do something big and bold. So the prints are a really exciting part of this collection that we're going to be launching, as well as some velvets that we'll see a little bit later.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I agree with you. I generally tend to go for the solid palettes, but whenever I look at prints, I'm just inspired to want to do more.
Yeah.
And you guys also now have the Zardozi wallpaper collection that's digitally printed.
Yeah.
That seems to be very popular at the moment.
Yeah, so digitally printed, when it started, you could only get 8 colors from the machine. You get over 800 colors now, and it allows us to do beautiful panels like those sunflowers in the field over there. You can play with scale, you can incorporate photography and paint techniques. I mean, it's pretty sensational what you can do now with technology. Yeah.
I think it's incredible. Just look at that. And that's all digitally printed.
All digitally printed, as well as the fabric. So that's why you can get such vivid colors now.
That's incredible that you now can do that on the walls as well as on your, your furniture, your fabrics.
Yeah.
And then in terms of color, what are the color trends at the moment?
Well, marigold yellow is kind of on it right now. Crimson red, ultraviolet, deep turquoise, kind of like those jewel tones are still coming through a lot, with a bit of racy highlighter colours. So those are some strong colours to look out for.
I think that's incredible. I mean, looking at these images, it's absolutely beautiful.
The people of South Africa would put vibrant prints on their sofas. I mean, you can just see how incredible that looks.
Well, I think after today, people will be inspired to do it. Because, I mean, my way of thinking is generally solid colours and add a pop of print, but look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, totally.
Now, when it comes to the do's and don'ts, we would love to know your professional opinion. How can people incorporate beautiful wallpapers and fabrics into their home?
Yeah, I think there are different ways. I mean, if you're a little bit nervous about a print, I think have a solid sofa, a solid colour on your sofa, and then accessorize with different scatter cushions, depending on the seasons. Wallpaper, I say wallpaper everything, but that's not for everybody. What I've seen a lot of designers doing now around South Africa is wallpapering a ceiling with like an all-over print, and it looks pretty sensational and a real nice way to show a bit of interest. But again, you've got accent walls. You can put panels over wallpapers now just to frame them a little bit. I saw it earlier in the studio and it looks fantastic. So, you know, for the brave, go bold. For the little bit more conservative, there are ways to bring in subtle accents.
Okay. And for someone that's really interested in trying, is it best for them to come with inspiration, or should they choose a print and then work from there? Like, I think a lot of people are wondering, what's the best starting point?
Well, I think nowadays we're so fortunate with Pinterest and Instagram, and it's so easy to be inspired. So get your design or go into one of our showrooms and ask for a bit of help. But I think starting from a picture and a print, and you're good to go.
You're good to go. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us some amazing inspiration. And the Designers Guild philosophy is to combine creativity and innovation with the highest level of quality. Quality of design, product, service, and people. With their new collection offering exciting new textures and designs that work together for a multitude of ways, there's definitely something for everyone. This vibrant and versatile range of beautiful fabrics and wallpapers will be available locally through Home Fabrics this September. So go on and capture the spirit of endless summer.
So now that we are inspired to think about colour slightly differently, I suppose a good opportunity to take on board that more often than not, we take for granted the effect that colour actually has on us when it's in our environment, whether it be on our productivity, our creativity, even our moods, our reactions. Colour really does have an effect.
Absolutely, on a psychological level, and it's rather interesting how it works as well. Next up, Leanne sits down with Kirsten Dodds from Tetris South Africa to find out exactly what the role of colour is in the workplace with regards to productivity.
It should come as no surprise that bold colour, any colour in fact, has an enormous impact on our mood. And when it comes to an office environment, the impact of colour becomes even more powerful. A splash of a bright hue on a wall or floor or a desk can mean the difference between a successful brainstorming session and an unproductive one. That's why we've invited Tetris South Africa's Kirsten Dodds into studio to share the best colours for productivity in your workplace. Kirsten, so good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Colour and productivity in the workplace. How exactly does colour affect productivity?
Well, different hues definitely have psychological effect on the employees in a workplace. More vibrant colors are inspiring. Yeah. They have been proven to raise your blood pressure, your heart rate, so they're great for areas where fast pace, quick thinking, think tanks, that sort of thing. And the warmer tones are more tranquil. They help you relax. And you also have to be very careful with the hue that you use.
All right. Well, talking about being very careful, what colors affect different emotions?
So, like I said, the warmer colors, like a red or a yellow, can be more inspiring, where blues and greens, the more natural tones, again, are very tranquil, and they help with more concentrated thought patterns and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that's why our set is so beautiful and bright, because naturally waking up in the morning, you need to be inspired by color. Now, when it comes to the different shades, how careful do you need to be that you get the right shade? Because color is color, but then I think shade also affects certain colors.
Exactly. So if you go too bright with the shade, it can be very overwhelming, and it actually makes the employee become frustrated. It can agitate them, which is obviously not a good thing when you're trying to be productive, being a grump in the office.
Exactly.
But if you go with if you use actually a combination of different hues, it can downplay it and make it a little bit less intimidating.
Yeah. For high energy environments like our set, for instance, what type of colors should you be gravitating towards?
Funnily enough, just like the wallpaper in this room, yellow is...
Really?
Yeah, it's the top choice for creative industry. Our own offices, our design studio, our color theme is yellow. So it really does inspire the employees.
Wonderful. So it seems like we are getting it right. Thank you so much, Kirsten. Well, Kirsten's not going to be going anywhere. We've asked the question, have you ever wondered how the colors in your office affect your employees and how you do business? Now, if you haven't yet thought about it, you should definitely take a look at your office design and consider how to use colors to achieve your business goals. But Kirsten joins us again after this.
Well, there's lots more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Make sure that you stay tuned, because you've been having the best adventures.
I've been going all over the city and exploring it. I mean, this time around, I take you on a trip to the Liberman Pottery here in Cape Town.
Yeah, and then of course, because it's a Friday, we need to close it off in the right kind of way. King Mantis and Blake the Champ will be breaking down by the Tsena, by the Nta, by the thing. Dumelang Afrika Borwa. Spring is approaching with every new dawn, and so is Heritage Month. This Monday, the 3rd of September, we are ringing in both with Sesotho language radio station Lesedi FM. TV meets radio as the Monate Breakfast Show crew broadcast from our Cape Town penthouse to welcome the changing of the seasons. Join Mzansi's Feel Good Breakfast Show in celebrating our unique and diverse cultural landscape. That's Expresso, weekdays 6 to 9 a.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, I can tell you now, Friday dance is going to be absolutely amazing. They've been
Lit.
warming up. It's going to be lit. Well, welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso on SABC3.
Yeah, so right now let's rejoin Leanne again as she discovers how selecting the right colors can have a profound impact on a workplace and its productivity by simply encouraging positive emotions in your employees.
Selecting the right colors for a workplace can be as important as selecting the right employees to work for you. Luckily for us, Tetra South Africa's Kirsten Dodds is in studio to share her insider tips on how color can have a huge impact on the overall mood of the workplace. I had no idea, Kirsten, that it's that important. It literally breaks or makes or breaks the situation. But can you fill us in as to the Pantone color of the year?
Well, I'm actually very excited about the Pantone color of the year, which is ultraviolet, which is a sort of vibrant purple color. The only thing that I would suggest with this color is you don't want to go overboard with it. Okay. It's very powerful, and once again, it can be very overwhelming in a space. Yeah. So I would actually just use it as a feature color, maybe on a chair or a small piece of wallpaper, a scatter cushion, and then pair it with a more natural tone.
So you would not use it on a feature wall, for instance? It would just attack the senses?
It really would. So another trendy color this season is terracotta, which is a stunning combination with the ultraviolet because orange and purple just go beautifully together.
Yeah. What if you were trying to stimulate innovation and creativity? Would there be particular colors that you would gravitate towards?
The warmer colors.
Okay.
So yellow, if you've got a more serious work environment, if your company is a little bit more you know, serious, then I definitely think that you should go with an orange. It's not as vibrant and playful as yellow.
Yeah.
And then red, of course, like you'll see it in lots of gyms and kitchens and other high energy places.
Yeah. I tend to find white walls very bland and very cold. How can one stimulate that and kind of warm them up a little bit? Because I remember my first apartment was just all white, and I just felt so like I was in an asylum of sorts.
Yeah. So funnily enough, the psychology behind white is that it can decrease productivity because it's clinical.
Yeah.
So people don't really feel comfortable. So I wouldn't use it as the main color in an office. I would definitely use it as just a feature color.
Yeah.
And then once again, whatever color scheme that you choose, you need to use different hues.
Okay.
Too much of one will be overwhelming and it'll have the opposite effect desired.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, we've been talking about productivity quite a bit. It's a big thing for every company. But if you're looking to inspire your employees for a long period of time and not just those bursts of creativity here and there, would you find particular colors that really help with that?
Blue is a good example. Many financial institutions like banks or insurance companies, they use that a lot because the softer tones, like a light blue, really calm the employee so that they can sit and concentrate for long periods of time. And the brighter blues really help with clear thought processes.
Oh, the science behind colors. Kirsten, thank you so much for being here with us. It certainly does give us more insight onto how we can help foster more productivity in the workplace.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. The happier your employees, the higher your productivity. So make sure to take your color into account when you set up the workplace.
So let's continue to inspire you on a design trend. If you've spotted a particularly interesting tile in someone's kitchen or bathroom, some homeware that stands out, or an especially vibrant garden pot, there is a pretty good chance that you've been looking at a piece of Lieberman pottery.
That's right. Well, this renowned and ever-evolving South African range is still run by members of the greater family. As well as running a business, they are custodians of a precious art form and tradition.
Established in Johannesburg 7 years ago, Lieberman Pottery opened this branch in Cape Town near Kommetjie on a stunning 5-acre small holding.
Sourced from the four corners of the earth, Lieberman Pottery has an amazing range of beautiful pottery and breathtaking workmanship from potters of Southern Africa and the world. It was founded in 1952 by Sammy Lieberman and is now run by his nephew, the pottery detective, Adrian Turgle. Now, I consider myself a bit of an investigator, and I'm here to find out more about this wonderland of pottery.
Before their famous pots, the business began by following the Bernard Leach Shoji Hamada tradition of handmade tableware and dinnerware.
Adrian, I'm told about the rich history of this place. Over 60 years, where did it all begin?
Lieberman Pottery was started in the early 50s by my uncle and aunt, Sammy Lieberman and Mary Lieberman. It's the oldest pottery in South Africa, and it's gone through some rebirths. And we started off as a tableware operation, made kind of iconic South African handmade tableware, which was collected by the grandmothers of people today and passed down to them. Then there was a period which I would characterize as the tile period, which was a period of a lot of hand-decorated wall tiles, mostly for kitchens, bathrooms. And then there's the period of the flower pot, which started in the late 80s, where we make a range of bright planters, which was started off by myself mostly, generally because there seemed to be a demand for something a little bit more cheerful coming out of the pottery industry. And then with the crash of the late 80s and the early 90s in the ceramic industry, I became very curious about pottery elsewhere in the world and how come they could survive and we were struggling. So I went overseas and started investigating. And that was the birth of the period of the pottery detective, which is the period where I spent a lot of time looking at what was going on in the world and bringing them to South Africa and showing the people this is what is being done elsewhere.
What is Lieberman Pottery's focus and why?
It's a kind of educational sort of period, trying to expose people to a vocabulary which will give them an idea of what they're looking at, what is handmade, what is wood-fired, what is traditional, what is a resolved shape, what is beautiful, and why is it collectible.
Rare porcelain and traditional ceramics inspired by Chinese pottery can be found in the same showroom wine and vinegar or pickle jars.
From tableware to planters and garden decor, please tell us about the extensive range that can be found here and that you continue to develop.
There's never, in my mind, enough pottery. I like to represent and have examples of every kind of pottery. I've become less of a snob, funnily enough, because I realize that there's some things that I don't like, but other people might like. So I've tried my best to invest in beautiful things from all over the world. And mostly I lean towards handmade wood-fired items, and because I like big things, a lot of big items. But the market dictates a lot of decorative stuff, a lot of ornamental stuff on a grand scale.
Adrian's travels to the 2,000-year-old Eastern centers of ceramics see him return with a fabulous range of antique and contemporary influences.
You're known as the pottery detective, sourcing from the Far East and bringing it all home. What's your selection criteria for these fabulous pieces?
I travel about once a year for about 5 weeks, and I go to places that are famous for pottery, as well as places that I hear about or curious about. And every time I travel, I try to source the most interesting and sometimes exciting or curious items, or items that are no longer going to be available. I'm pretty taken with the fact that wood firing is coming to an end in the world, and handmade big pots are harder and harder to find. But I use my contacts and my experience to look for the most beautiful, the most interesting. If you look at the stuff that's just standing around me at present, some of these pots are rare and beautiful and hard to find, and I really don't feel like selling them all. I would like to keep some for my private collection and also to put some in museums for the future generations. Although we make pottery, we do support local potterers as well. We buy their stuff, we sell their stuff, and we promote their stuff. I think that it's very important to develop and promote South African potters wherever possible. We're having an exhibition on the 9th of September, Andrew Walford. We have a pottery studio over there, and then there's a little pottery school run by Catherine over there, and then there's the laboratory we have as well for teaching people about glazes and so on. It's very important that we have an understanding and appreciation of handicrafts and of art, and we educate the public insofar as to what is beautiful, what is available, what is collectible, and what is pleasing to the people. In fact, we'd like to invite the South African public to our pottery fair on the 9th of September at 20 Komiki Road, Sunnydale. We're having a huge event. There'll be demonstrations, exhibitions, stalls, food, music. You're all welcome.
An exciting array of work by Southern African potters and ceramic artists, rural and urban, can be found here, always at great prices.
With everything you could need to turn your front yard into a stunning garden or spruce up your home with a few pots or urns, I can't think of anywhere else to go.
So interesting.
I know.
Oh, man, I love that.
A good time doing that.
Yeah, man, so much to learn and such an incredible history and culture there. So if you want to expose yourself a little more, on Sunday the 9th of September, for the first time, as you heard, Lieberman Pottery will host the Pottery Fair, an all-ceramic event, including a large stall area where ceramic artists from the Greater Cape Town area will showcase and sell some of their work.
Yep, visitors will also have the privilege of meeting South African pottery legend Andrew Walford, who's coming down from his studio in the Shongweni Hills in KwaZulu-Natal to host an exhibition and a 90-minute workshop for the first time at Lieberman Pottery.
And his exhibition will be running from the 9th up until the 30th of September at the Grey Gallery at Lieberman Pottery. So go and check it out if you can. The event that promises to deliver a powerhouse of works, so don't miss out.
It's raining.
Yeah,
it's raining,
it's raining, man.
Exactly.
Go get
that.
yourself absolutely soaking wet, ladies.
Listen, quickly, after the break, there's still a couple of minutes left of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to wish you a very happy birthday.
Yeah, and we'll also do so with King Mantis Blake, the Cape's champions. They are here to break it down with our Friday dance. Just what have you got for us? Just a little teaser-nyana, guys. Just something. Just.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Yeah, that's right. Every time you hear that tune, you know what it is. It's happy birthday time. And this is Expresso on SABC3. Now, every day, millions of people celebrate their birthdays all over the world. So as we welcome today, the 31st of August, we're going to take a moment and wish some of our favorite viewers a happy birthday.
Oh, well, let's start off. And we would also like to wish a very, very happy birthday to our viewer. That's Taryn Nathan, who we hope is having a great day today. Woo!
Oh, Caroline Phillips would like to wish her granddaughter Leah Phillips a happy crown birthday on Sunday, the 2nd of May. Well, the 2nd rather. May all your wishes come true.
How adorable.
It's always the most adorable kids that we get on here.
Too cute. Yeah. Well, Mavina and Nhlanhla would also like to wish his mom a happy birthday, saying thank you for being a wonderful woman and a friend. We love you, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Sabina Salomons would like to wish her sister Ezra Hortense a happy birthday. May you be spoiled today.
We cannot forget about Lynette Draai, who also celebrates another year today. Happy birthday to you, Lynette.
And last but certainly not least, Ashley Vermark would like to wish her son Adrian a very happy first birthday, saying our little miracle baby is 1 year today. We love you so much.
Wow.
Adorable.
Well, that is a dose of cuteness and awesomeness. That is our daily round of birthday wishes. And of course, remember, you can share your birthday with us on social media. And of course, don't forget to use that official hashtag Expresso Show.
And we're having cake on your behalf.
Yeah.
They're on diet. I'll have it.
Yes, please. Bye-bye.
Well, a Friday wouldn't be a Friday without a Friday dance, and this morning we're joined by the champion of the Chili Dance of Season 1, King Mantis, alongside the captain of the Street Stylers, Blake the Champ. Gents, good to have you here. My man, amazing for you to have won the first season of this competition, and it must be great working alongside a recognized dance crew. What's it been like for you?
Okay, ever since the competition, like, my name is skyrocket, you know what I mean? And I feel really privileged to be here and to work with Blake.
Yeah.
This is our first time working together. So, yeah.
And Blake, for you, discovering talent like this must be also cool. I mean, you've been doing this for quite a while now.
Yeah, I wouldn't really consider Yakin to be new talent, though. I'd consider him to be undiscovered talent in that he's been doing great things for a long time. And finally, there's a platform in Cape Town that can recognize dancers and just give them that push to further their career.
Excellent, man. Well, I'm going to take the mic away from you right now because we got to get our Friday dance on. So you guys man your stations, you do your thing. It's about to go down. Happy Friday. It's the Expresso Friday dance. Issued an official challenge. Do we even have time to do that right now?
No, let's peel.
It's about to happen. All right, we're gonna dance our way out of this Friday. Have a lovely weekend. See you on Monday. Thomas Mo, what's up? Yes.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.